We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
Touchdown and extra point records fall on the gridiron, and attendance at playoff games is going up and up. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. Braylon Isom of Saginaw Heritage saw his high school football career come to an end in a regional final loss to Muskegon. The Hawks lost 42-14, ending the year at 9-3. But Isom put up some huge numbers in the game, and he will see his name all over the MHSAA record book. Isom caught 12 passes for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns, and that gives him 3,830 career receiving yards, the most in MHSAA history. He had 1,611 receiving yards this season alone, which is the 7th most in MHSAA history. He caught 26 touchdown passes this year, tying the record, and he now has 52 career touchdown receptions, which is the new MHSAA record. Isom will be playing at Miami of Ohio next year. And what comes after a touchdown? Well, the extra point, of course. And no one has kicked more extra points in MHSAA history than Ubly kicker Brent Mueller. Heading into Saturday's semifinal against Beale City, Mueller has made 214 extra points, 7 more than anyone in state history. His record-breaking kick came in a district final win over Harbor Beach, and he's added to that. And with at least one more game this year, he hopes to keep adding to that tally. For more information on every football record imaginable, please go to MHSAA.com. You can click on football and then records. We have single season, career, individual, team, and finals records all available for you to see. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the last week. First, Milan's Malia Werman. She had a team-high 12 kills and 10 digs in a regional final win over Wixom St. Catherine. The win gives Milan their first ever volleyball regional championship. Marion offensive lineman Aaron Whitney pressed into duty at running back due to injuries. He scampered in from 15 yards out with a minute left to vault Marion to a 42-36 win over Lakeland and Hubble. After 3 straight losses in the 8-player semifinals, Marion now advances to the D2 title game. And to East Grand Rapids diver Maria Colombo, her score of 444.75 was easily the best in any division at regionals this year.
For high school seniors, the matchup of the year isn't on the field. It's actually online. That's right. When you fill out the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, you could also be eligible for thousands of dollars in additional money from the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Yep, nearly 80% of students who fill out the FAFSA may be eligible. Now that's a matchup we can all root for. Get started today at michigan.gov/achievement. The Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
We're on the volleyball court today when my teammate's second touch sends the ball towards the bleachers, still on our side of the net. I take off running to attempt to hit it over and jump on the first row of the stands in order to reach it. I am able to volley the ball over the net, and remarkably, it falls to the floor untouched for a point. Or is it? It is not. The bleachers are not a playable area in volleyball, so my hit wouldn't count. It would actually be a point for the other team. Despite my best parkour efforts, it's all for naught. With player safety in mind, there are other unplayable areas in volleyball, including the area behind the benches and the space between the benches and the scorer's table. Before each match, the officials go over playable and unplayable areas with both coaches.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. Last year saw some impressive attendance numbers for MHSAA postseason events. For the 2022-23 school year, a total of 1.457 million fans attended a tournament event, an increase of nearly 10% from the previous year, and the highest number of fans since 2016-17. And some sports saw record numbers. Softball, baseball, girls bowling, and boys bowling all saw record turnouts for their tournaments, as did the regional round of individual wrestling, competitive cheer districts, boys lacrosse regionals, and the hockey semifinals and finals. Football remains the most attended MHSAA tournament sport and saw a 28% increase in fans from 2021-22. Girls basketball is the most attended girls sport and saw an increase of 2.4% from the previous season. Postseason tickets are all digital now and can be purchased at gofan.co or on our website, mhsaa.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
Jaden Terry start step up the middle of the field, 40, big hole 50, he's gone 45, at the 30, left sideline 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Jaden Terry. The tank for Lansing give read option keeper a whole bunch of space. At the 40, got the 35, 30, up the middle of the field, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Bryce Underwood. And welcome to game night. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you here. Taking it at the 14-yard line, they're being offset by Tyson Mann. Jimmy's over the 30, burst of speed at the 40, right sideline 50, going to get away from the tackle, walking the tightrope at the 30, 25-20, all alone, 10-5, touchdown Greenville. Snap to Underwood from the gun, fake handoff in the RPO, thrown left side, caught Yarbrough, sidesteps to the defender at the 5, walks in the end zone, touchdown Belleville. The Tigers put it away, 34-17. They're going to go back-to-back. On fake handoff, keeper left side over the 45-yard line, outside the numbers of the 40, 35-30, left sideline 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 7 touchdowns for Mason McKenzie, and Caledonia has just about served this one up on ice. And hello everyone, and welcome to Greenville's Legacy Field, and welcome to Game Night. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here from one of the most beautiful football stadiums in all of West Michigan, and we are ready for a D2 state semifinal. Only one ticket to Ford Field. Who is going to punch that ticket here this afternoon? Muskegon, one of the all-time great programs in the history of this state, was at 13 semifinals appearances in the last essentially 20, 25 years. East Lansing, a team with a 20-year veteran head coach in Bill Feraco, a Hall of Famer. All of that sets up this matchup, Chandler. Two teams coming off really great wins and great second-half performances last week, and all that sets up what we are looking for in this game is you have a couple of teams with great legacy at Legacy Field with only one ticket to Ford Field to be punched.
Yeah, a lot of similarities between these two programs, as you talked about, and the coaching staffs that are really familiar with this moment have been here quite a bit. Of course, Muskegon has been on quite the run and have been there more recently, and absolutely incredible record in these games. East Lansing, it's been a while since they've been to the semis, but a lot of regional championship games that they've fallen short in. Got the win, of course, last week to get themselves here. So now two teams that are on a real roll as they finish the regular season and now through the playoffs, and one team's looking to get to the state championship game.
If you are not new to MGN broadcasts, one new feature you'll be seeing, we've borrowed this concept from some of the various college level broadcasts, especially a lot of teams in the SEC like to do it. We're going to add a new in-the-booth cam to give you something extra to look at on screen during our radio production during this contest. So you can have a look inside at all times like we normally do, but We got a lot more still to get to here on the Centennial Securities pregame show. First off, we have a great feature going to go to kind of help set things up, learn a little bit about these two teams, or relearn about these two teams if you've been tuned in throughout the playoffs to game night. We've seen each of these teams during the MGN road to Detroit, so let's go to that right now.
August 7, the start of the road to Detroit and the start of practice. Following that, weeks of grueling practice, a scrimmage, non-league games, battles within two of the toughest conferences in the state, playoff openers, district championships, regional championships, and now, one Saturday afternoon to see which single decorated program gets to go to Ford Field and the state championship. On one side, the Big Reds, looking to return to Ford Field and seek revenge for their loss to Dante Moore and Detroit King last season. Muskegon last week ran for 500 yards as they dismantled Saginaw Heritage for another regional title. The Big Reds ride a three-headed senior monster out of their ski gun pistol option backfield. Mackay Guy is the level-headed leader of the Big Reds and the perfect operator at quarterback of the Muskegon pistol option attack on the ground and through the air. Last week, he ran for 135 and 2 touchdowns, along with finding Dakarion Taylor through the air for another score. Jakob Price is a multi-time All-State back and takes as much attention as any player can draw, and is often credited by teammates for the also linebacker and safety's ability to get out and clear the way blocking when he's not running for 650 yards and 15 scores in the regular season alone. And then there's Destin Piggee out of the slot. Against Heritage, he rumbled for 245 yards, 2 scores, and nearly 30 yards a carry. He's gone for over 1,100 on the season, and averaging well over 10 yards a pop is the norm for this explosive senior. East Lansing, we covered it all a week ago. A resilient group led by a Hall of Fame coach, looking for their first trip to Ford Field since the early 2000s. They scored 5 second-half touchdowns to come from behind and put away Byron Center last week. In the heart of it all is Jace Clarizio. In the last 7 days, the junior has added Michigan State and Iowa State offers, all while running for 230 yards and 2 scores against one of the stingiest run defenses in the state. Not much more to add here. Ben Fletcher, the Trojans' junior quarterback, comes off a regional title game that was maybe the best in his career. While East Lansing pounded Clarizio in the run game, Fletcher took advantage in the play action, throwing for nearly 200 yards and 4 touchdowns, including a game-sealing 88-yard strike to Andrew Waters. Charlie Baker certainly can't be overlooked in that equation, as he hauled in 84 receiving yards and 2 big-time touchdowns, while he also engaged in the secondary and shut down the Bulldogs' potent aerial assault. Speaking of defense, these two teams love to shut down the run as much as they love to pound it on the other end. Last week, Muskegon held Heritage to 60 yards on the ground, a week after they forced Mona Shores to the air to try to keep up with the Big Reds' rushing attack. Adrian Rankin leads a relentless group of linebackers, backed up by an athletic secondary and massive front line for the Big Reds. East Lansing possesses one of the most feared front lines in the state. Byron Center struggled to move the ball on a defense that is now giving up less than 15 points per game, in particular when faced up against the Trojan game-breaking front line, led last week by edge rusher Dontavius Royals. Enough setup. Greenville's Legacy Field awaits, and Ford Field awaits the winner. Let's go. Muskegon, East Lansing, the D2 Final Four on the MGN road to Detroit. This is Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio.
Identify your number one personal trait, the thing that you do better than most others. If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, Isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FIN.
Hey everyone, Nate Dreyer from MGN, and MGN merch now available for purchase, and we have got a ton of options. Here's where you find the new MGN shop. Go to MichiganGameNight.com. Many of you have probably been there before. Click on the Shop Merch tab. Many of you have probably been to the MGN page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN Merch tab. It'll take you here. We've partnered with Teespring, neat company that allows for us to have a lot of different shirt designs. They'll print them, they'll make them, they'll ship them out to you. So a neat way that allows us to have a lot of offerings. We've got a ton of really cool t-shirts, hats, snapback, dad hats, beanie hats, water bottles, more t-shirts, more sweatshirts, just a ton of options. Really, just a ton of options that you're going to be able to look through and find exactly what you may want. We've done what we can, like I said, with Teespring to try to stack this thing. We'll have plenty more options that we'll put up on social media, but make sure you check it out.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice. Welcome back, everyone, to Legacy Field. Welcome back to the Centennial Securities pregame show. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here, D2 State Semifinal CT, and let's get into it a little bit. And let's first start with our first main talking point, which is the base look of this game, the offensive systems in this game. Two teams that primarily they want to do the same thing. Powerful teams like to run the ball, but they do in different ways. The famous ski gun, shotgun offense for Muskegon out of the pistol, and then a very varied and multiple attack for East Lansing. Shotgun, I-form, single back under center, a little bit of everything. So the same general concepts in terms of running the ball, but much different ways in terms of formations and styles of run to get there.
Yeah, definitely. I think, got a chance to watch both of these offenses in the last couple weeks in their playoff run, and the Muskegon offense is just, when they have it running, and the playmakers that they do is really electric, and the style that they play, the motions that they run, you've got speed at the multiple positions, and this offense fits it perfectly. And then on the East Lansing side, much more of a pro-style offense, and the different formations that they run, they'll go some shotgun, they'll throw some power formations at you as well out of the I-form, but both really run the football quite a bit. We've seen the East Lansing team be a little bit more prone to throwing the football, but both these teams really like to rely on the run game.
At the head of everything for both of these teams are the surging playoff quarterback play of the senior quarterback, Mackay Guy, who's been at the helms of this offense for Muskegon for several years, and then the junior Ben Fletcher for East Lansing. We saw Fletcher go off for maybe the best game of his high school career, nearly 200 yards, 4 touchdowns a week ago. Mackay Guy has been incredible with his legs, with his arm the last few weeks. We're going to talk about these two leaders in the pass and the run game all night long, all afternoon long.
Yeah, I think both these guys just tremendous leaders of the offense, and Mackay Guy, just an exceptional playmaker. When he's running the football, can be dangerous, and for a smaller guy as a quarterback, it just runs very powerful. The way he makes guys miss in the middle of the football field, it really turns some of those shorter runs into dynamic runs down the field. He throws the football a little bit when needed, but for the most part, just does a lot of damage with his legs. And Fletcher on the Trojan side, saw last week his ability to get it done through the air. Didn't really run the football much, but when he's got some big body receivers down the field and has time to deliver the football, their passing game was really working.
Yeah, and the play-action game for Fletcher, of course, so big. The running backs, or the backs, I should say, in general, slot back Destin Piggee, running back Jace Clarizio for the respective teams. I mean, two guys that are very well recruited. We've talked about that story. Clarizio, multiple Power 5 offers, Iowa State, Michigan State. He ran for 230. Piggee ran for nearly 300 last week. I mean, these two guys are coming off huge regional title performances. We'll expect the same thing this afternoon.
Yeah, I think, really an opportunity for both these guys to build on their performances from last week. It was already really incredible. I think that, two guys that really get featured in their offenses, Clarizio last week, nearly 30 carries on the ground and really took over in the second half, and a guy that can wear you down when he just has that many touches of the football and that big playability. Same thing for Piggee. Not as many touches, but he's still really effective, has that game-changing ability to make a big play happen at any time.
The other back in that Muskegon dynamic backfield we haven't talked about is Jakob Price. I mean, this kid, third-year senior, multi-time All-State runner, had 15 touchdowns during the regular season. He's a great blocker as well. Jakob Price, I list him as an X factor, but he's not an X factor in the normal sense, but I guess when you've got three guys doing it, and he was the third of those options last week, he becomes the ultimate X factor. He easily could rip off 200 yards tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think any one of the three guys have the ability to go, triple digits when it comes to the rushing yardage. I think Price has that ability as well out of the backfield and can maybe be overlooked if this Trojan team isn't prepared.
And lastly and quickly, keys to victory. We're going to touch on it in just a moment because the keys to victory may actually revolve a little bit around the other side of the football and looking at what these great defenses are going to be able to do to shut down the offenses. One more quick break here on the Centennial Securities pregame show, and we will be right back.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Michigan Hearing Experts sell and service several brands of hearing aids. Are you having trouble having a conversation or unable to hear the latest play of the game? We perform comprehensive hearing exams and use real ear measurements to ensure optimal functioning hearing aids for your unique needs. Our highly trained doctors of audiology are dedicated to helping you reconnect with your world. Visit MichiganHearingExperts.com to find a location near you and take the first step towards better hearing with Michigan Hearing Experts.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Centennial Securities pregame show. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, D2 state semifinal here, East Lansing and Muskegon. So, like we said, keys to victory mixing a little bit with the defenses. Two teams, we talked about how much they like to run the football, how good they are at running the football, Chandler. But these defenses, they can certainly stop the run. Their front lines in particular are really, really good. Tell us a little bit about Muskegon, East Lansing defensively, because that's a big part of why each of these teams are certainly here.
Yeah, I think both these teams have found a way in a recipe on defense to find themselves in a really good spot. They've got along the defensive line quite a bit of size, got some pass rush on both sides that if either of these teams are looking to throw the football that they can get in the backfield, but just really physical play for both of these teams and trying to stop the run game. Of course, when your offense is built around that, a lot of times the defense is going to go hand in hand with that and trying to win in that style of game.
Muskegon did win the toss. They deferred the option in the second half, so we're going to see this East Kentwood offense on the field first. But this is East Lansing defense that we saw a week ago. Their front line, especially their pass rushers, their ends. We know Muskegon doesn't want to throw the ball up, but boy, they can create a lot of havoc. We saw that last week against Byron Center.
Yeah, I think those guys can really get in the backfield, especially on the obvious passing downs. When Byron Center was in situations where they were more likely going to be throwing the football, you could see those guys really get aggressive. When you've got multiple pass rushers like that, it's hard for the offensive line to try to figure out how they're going to attack that and what they're going to do to try to slow it down, and East Lansing was getting in the backfield quite often.
All right, that'll do it for our Centennial Securities pregame show. Thanks to Centennial Securities and Farmers Insurance, by the way, for their presenting sponsorship of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio and the MGN Road to Detroit. It's the last stop on the road to Detroit. One last break during the National Anthem. When we come back, state semifinal. Only one ticket to punch. Who gets to punch it? East Lansing, Muskegon, right after this.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
At Sporting You, we know the quality and service our customers are looking for, and we make sure we deliver. Whether it's uniforms, embroidered or screen-printed apparel, promotional products, or company web store, Sporting You has an experienced team, phenomenal suppliers, and in-house production to make it all happen seamlessly. You think it, we ink it. Our team is here to help your team stand out. Find out more at sportingu.com. That's sporting and the letter U.com.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
All right, welcome back. MGN Road to Detroit. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. We are just about ready to rock and roll. Both teams getting the kicking unit out. Muskegon won the toss, deferred the option in the second half. So Ramos Velasquez getting it teed up and ready to send it away. Our head coaches today, Shane Fairfield for Muskegon and Bill Feraco for East Lansing. That's tonight's coaches, presented by Sporting You. Sporting You, you think it, we ink it. We have what you need to look your best. Check them out online at sportingu.com. And this week's Family Fair Tailgate Special is self-basting turkeys for 59 cents a pound. For all the specials, go to shopfamilyfair.com. Right in time for that special 59 cents for self-basting turkeys. Ramos Velasquez, right to left across your radio dial. All red home uniforms for Muskegon, all whites for East Lansing. Ramos Velasquez, 13 in red, right leg through the football, a low driver, angling to the near side, inside the 10-yard line, through the hands of B.J. Wyndham. He gathers at the 3-yard line, races to the right, hash mark, spins into a tackling pile, and down he goes to the 10-yard line. So a bit of a mistake right there on the bring back from Wyndham CT. And we will now see Ben Fletcher and this East Lansing offense hit the field for the first time as they try to make the first statement in this state semifinal.
Yeah, it was an offense that really found a rhythm last week in the second half. Only scored one touchdown in the first half against Byron Center, but then able to really establish the run game in the second half, take things over, and put up an impressive number offensively.
Big, heavy unit starting out for Muskegon. They are so big throughout this defense, including the linebacking core of Rankin, Speech, Wallace Oaks and more that they will be rolling out there. So Fletcher and company get ready to operate. Junior Ben Fletcher will work from under center. Single back formation is terrific. Junior Jace Clarizio in the backfield. 2 wide receivers set from under center. A turn and a fake give. Fletcher bootleg right to pass, throwing over the middle. Caught at the 20-yard line, turning it up over the 25 and spinning down is Colin Kapilovich, the junior wing, on the reception over the 20. That will move the chains. Tackle made by Mackay Lennox Brooks, but the play action right away, which is such a big element. I don't have to tell you that about East Lansing's offense, and they're going up tempo. They stick single back, 2 tight end look, give to Clarizio, angling over left guard, bounces it out wide to the 35-yard line, and down he goes there after a gain of 5. So 2nd down and 5 for East Lansing, all the way up to the 36-yard line right here. Make it 2nd and 4 on that official mark to the 36-yard line. A fast and efficient start offensively.
Yeah, wasting no time going to the play action on the first play, get the big 20-plus yard connection down the field, and then going up tempo, trying to get this Big Reds team, the defense, on their heels right away.
First minute gone, they'll go shotgun. 4 wide receivers set. Clarizio, the back to the right hip of Fletcher. He puts Waters in motion across the line and back. They fake the pitch to Waters, throw it in the flat on the left side on the screen to Clarizio, cuts it up to the 36-yard line, and he falls into a trio of tacklers led by Stanley Cunningham as he's able to get back to the line of scrimmage and no further. 3rd and 4 from the 36-yard line for East Lansing. 10:45 to go in the first quarter. No score.
They run a little misdirection on the out of the gun there, trying to get a little screen pass to the running back out of the backfield, but the Big Reds covered it pretty well. Stayed home on that side, that right side of the defense, able to bring him down for a short gain.
3rd and 3, 37-yard line. Split back, shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers. Baker goes in motion across the line. He had a pair of TD grabs a week ago. Give to Clarizio. He'll stretch it right, cutting it up at the 37-yard line. Lowers the shoulder down to the 40, and he will move the chains right on the mark. Got exactly what he needed to get and moves it on ahead. See, Mackay Guy is part of the tackling pile as Coach Fairfield has the senior guy as part of the secondary for the state semifinal game. The mark is up to the 41-yard line, and it will be a 1st and 10 for East Lansing.
Going to the outside zone run there from Clarizio on 3rd down, able to bounce it far enough outside and then cut it upfield, lower the shoulder to pick up that 1st down.
Back to the single back formation. 2 tight ends off the right side of the line. They motion Baker across the line to the left. Fake give to Fletcher. Hesitation. Bootleg right to pass. Thrown in the flat. Caught by Kapilovich at the 49-yard line. And he gets twisted out of bounds right at the 49-yard line. And will not quite move the chains, but make it a 2nd down and 2 on another nice play-action find. Terrence Davis, the big 6'7" senior, on the stop for the Big Reds.
Trojans go into the play action early and often now. A very similar play to the first one that they had from scrimmage here. And finding Kapilovich just short of a 1st down.
They go back, single wide receiver, out wide to the right side. Give to Clarizio over the right side, spinning past the first wave of tacklers, and trips and falls down to the 48-yard line. That will move the chains by a yard. Good hard run from Clarizio right there as he spins and trips past a couple waves of tacklers to move the chains for East Lansing. 9:40 and less to go in the first quarter, up to the opponent 48-yard line. Been really the exact offensive march that East Lansing's looking for.
Yeah, very much their style of play offensively, a nice balanced attack, throwing the football off the play action early, running the football as well, and both have been working, moving the chains early.
Fletcher will go from the pistol right here. Wing off the right side is Charlie Baker. 2 receivers stack left. Tailback Clarizio. They motion Kapilovich from right to left across the line and change up the look. One more piece of motion, left to right. Here comes Owen Fortman, the junior receiver. Fake handoff. Fletcher throws right flat out of the reach on the out route to Fortman at the 45-yard line. It will stick 2nd down and 10 after the missed pass up to the 48-yard line. Clock stops with 9:05 in the 1st.
Yeah, the throw just out of the reach of Fortman there. Had a little bit of room to try to turn that one upfield, would have had a couple yards. But just trying to slip him out there off the line of scrimmage and dump it off, see if he could make a guy miss out on that edge.
Running a different unit on and off the field pretty consistently as they'll break right here. Under center with a single back and twin tight ends goes Fletcher. They motion a wing and a tight end from right to left across the line of scrimmage, 2 wide receivers, and a give on the stretch left to Clarizio. Bottled up in the backfield at the 50, turns it up to get back to the line of scrimmage and no further. Deshaun Wallace-Oaks in on the tackle for the Big Reds. They'll give him the 47-yard line and give him a yard. 3rd down and 9 with 8:47 to go. Muskegon's defense a chance to make a stop right here as East Lansing will go 3 wide receivers for the ensuing play.
A tremendous job by Stanley Cunningham on that edge, able to turn Clarizio back upfield. He wanted to bounce that one to the outside, forced to have to turn that back into the middle of the defense, and even though Cunningham not making the tackle there, the rest of the interior able to bring him down.
Ben Fletcher, 9 completions for nearly 200 yards, 4 touchdowns last week. He'll work from the right hash with 3 wide receivers to the left out of the pistol. Fake handoff, drop to pass. Fletcher with time, good contain, rolling right, dumps off in the flat, caught Kaplovich at the 45-yard line, but then as he takes the hit from behind from Lennox Brooks, the ball rolls away from Kaplovich, incomplete. 4th and 9 from the 47-yard line, and here comes the punt unit. So Muskegon's defense gave up a couple first downs, gave up some good movement. They bend, they do not break, and it'll be punted away by Isaiah Armstrong in just a moment.
The Big Reds defense really settling in there after a couple play-action shots down the field. Got him across midfield. The Muskegon defense buckling up and making some stops there, able to hold the run game and then force a couple incompletions.
It will be Destin Piggee down to his 15-yard line, getting ready to bring this one back in just a moment. Armstrong backs to his 41-yard line to send it away for East Lansing. East Lansing in the all-whites, they look like Penn State. That's the best way to describe the uniform with black shoes, and then it's the all-reds for the Big Reds. Snap down to Armstrong, left foot through the football. High tumbler, left to right across your radio dial, going to the far side, bounces down hard at the 20-yard line, sticks in the turf right there where it was touched up by a trio of Trojans to the 19-yard line. So East Lansing will back them inside the 20, and here comes Mackay Guy and company for the first time. And Chandler, just to explain it again, this offense, it's option from the pistol, from the short gun. They do so many different things.
Yeah, they do. I think just a dynamic offense that really finds unique ways to run the football when they've got guys at multiple positions at the slot back, running back, quarterback, all that can run the football and do so very effectively.
7:59 to go. Muskegon will start. They'll change the mark to the 22-yard line from their own 22. 4 wide set with trips to the left. And Guy off a hard count looks back to the sideline. Jakob Price, the 5'7" senior, starts to his right hip. It is Destin Piggee out of the slot to the left. 4 down front coming for East Lansing. Snap to Guy. Delayed give on to Price. Met in the backfield. Turns it up to the 25-yard line. Has a man dragging on his leg. Gets past him over the 30, over the 35-yard line, and takes a trio with him all the way ahead to the 39. A tough first down run by Jakob Price as the senior, I should say, right away, getting in on the action with a powerful run.
Yeah, that's the element that Price brings to this offense. There's a lot of speed all around, but Price may be the most powerful of them all right there, running through a bunch of tackles.
1st and 10 from the 39, working quickly out of the short shotgun. 3 down linemen, 1 standing edge rusher. That's the big guy, the senior Dontavius Royals, who was all over things last week against Byron Center. New call from Coach Fairfield and the sideline, and Guy will settle back in to the shotgun. Clapping a snap. Give his faked read option keeper over the 40, and Guy dives into the tackling pile up to the 42-yard line for a gain of about 3 on first down. Julius Goodwin, the senior, making the tackle. Goodwin averaging just shy of 8 tackles per game. This entire linebacking core for East Lansing so good. 8.5 tackles a game for Isaiah Sam. 7 sacks on the season for Noah Lopez. So a very, very good linebacking core that'll have to be great if they're going to be able to stop this pistol option attack of Muskegon. 2nd and 7 for the Big Reds from their own 42-yard line. Under 7 minutes to go in the first. They bring Davis in as the wing off the left side, 3 wide receivers. Davis motions across the line of scrimmage. Now Piggee goes in motion, left to right, they give it to him. Piggee over the 40, hesitates outside the numbers, bouncing it to the 45, turning his head and spinning down to the 49-yard line. He'll get the 50 on the dive, first down right to midfield for Muskegon. Destin Piggee gets his first touch. Last week, Piggee nearly 250 yards rushing, a couple of touchdowns. He averaged about 30 yards a carry last week, Chandler.
Yeah, that's what's so crazy is he really didn't touch the football a ton. Just the yards per carry there and what he does on a limited amount of touches is really impressive.
6:20 to go. Clock running down right from midfield here in the first quarter for the Big Reds. They go short shotgun, tailback, Price off the left hip. of Guy. East Lansing showing some pressure. Here's a clap and a snap and a give up the middle over the 40. Price drags a trio of defenders with him. He gets 3 yards, gets shut down, but a penalty marker is thrown right into where the tackle was made. We'll have to wait and see what this call might be, but it could be a grabbing of the face mask or something in that tackling scrum. It was Sams and company in on the stop. Officials having a little bit of a word over this one, just into opponent territory for Muskegon as of right now. The mark will be the 48-yard line. We'll wait to see if the penalty marker is picked up or what will be assessed. It's a face mask on East Lansing, so just as we potentially thought, this will be free yardage going to the Big Reds now. They will mark it out. They took their time to start marking out, but 15 free yards to Muskegon. This will put them down inside the 35-yard line. The kind of mistakes that East Lansing just cannot make against the Big Reds offense, Chandler.
Yeah, the Big Reds are already just so effective in the ground game that then when you tack on some penalty yardage on top of that, now really looking to do some damage here as they're approaching the red zone.
2 wide receivers out of the short shotgun right here from Mackay Guy. The tailback is priced to his left hip. They fake the snap. They look to the sideline. Again, East Lansing brings 3 down linemen. Standing edge rusher is Dontavius Royals. 5'9" senior Guy leaning into the gun. He'll drop to pass right here off the snap, rolling left with some time. Guy looking, penalty marker down. There's going to be a hold coming to Muskegon. There's flags down all over. Guy racing ahead, throws over the middle, leaping grab made at the 19-yard line by Destin Piggee, but I believe all is going to be for naught, and this one's coming back.
Yeah, hold on the left side of the offensive line. It looked like as Mackay Guy initially was looking to scramble out to the left side. Left tackle going to be assessed with the penalty here, I believe.
Yeah, the left tackle, Jim Harris, the junior. He's got a Cincinnati offer, 285 pounds. And you got Botello at 300, Williams at 330, Brooks at 315, and Nakai Wynn, the senior, who is going to be likely on his way to Central Michigan, 245. So an absolutely huge front line for Muskegon. They're one of those front lines. They were in the scrimmage that was played at Greenville before the season. I happened to be there before the year, and they were going head-to-head with Belleville at that scrimmage. And I have not seen a team in the last 2 years that could meet Belleville's size in the trenches. Muskegon can do just that, and that's exactly what they're going to try to do, grinding their way ahead. So this will bring things back here to the 43-yard line for Muskegon, and a first down and 20, just into opponent territory. Snap to Guy, give to Price up the middle, hesitates, bursts to speed over the 35-yard line, and Jalen McFadden wrestles him down with a late push to the 32, but a good job to get it back inside the original change. It'll be about 2nd down and 8 for Muskegon after another grinding run from Jakob Price, who looks very good early.
Yeah, he's just running very physically right now, right through the middle of the defense once again, where there's a lot of talent along the Trojans' defensive line and linebacking core, and making those guys miss on some tackles and fighting through. That's been a really strong point of Price's game so far.
5:10 and less to go. Pistol right here for Guy from right behind the center. Here's the snap and the give up the middle to Price. He is wrestled down the backfield. No, it's a keeper. Guy able to pull it away from him last second on the read option keep. Angles outside the numbers to the 25. Falls down to the 24. They certainly fooled the defense, and they fooled me even a little bit there on that read option keep. And Mackay Guy able to bring it down to the 25-yard line and a 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, it looked like Price was going to be getting on the dive, and he was wrapped up immediately, but Guy able to pull that one out and then run around the left side.
3 wide set, tight end off the right end of the line for Muskegon. Short shotgun, left slot is Piggee, tailback is Price. Front line shifting up a lot here for East Lansing. They'll motion into the pistol. Piggee goes across the line of scrimmage. Give to Price up the middle, but whistles down a penalty marker down. It's a false start on Muskegon. That will turn 3rd and 1 into 3rd and 6. Back to the 30-yard line here. 4:18 to go. Clock stopped in the first quarter.
Yeah, the timing there a little bit off as they went to send the man in motion from left to right. Some movement along the line there. And it's a shame, too, for the Big Reds. It looked like Price had a big opening through the middle of that defense. Might have been a long run, but the false start there going to bring this back, can make this a little bit more of a difficult 3rd medium.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 here from just inside the 30-yard line, about the 29.5-yard line. They'll go pistol right here. Slot left, Destin Piggee. Defense crowding in for East Lansing. Piggee goes in motion left to right. Give up the middle on the option give to Jakob Price. He'll back his way over the 25. 25 and wrestle his way down into a trio of tacklers to the 20-yard line. That will move the chains. Jalen McFadden, the senior safety, coming in to help make the stop. But again, Destin Piggee, Jakob Price, just dragging guys with him to get the yardage needed right to the red zone, right to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, they go right back to the same run offensively that they had before the false start there, and Price again able to finish that run very strong, pick up the first down.
1st and 10 from the 20. They'll stick out of the pistol. This is a give to Jakob Price. Angling right outside the numbers to the 10. Burst of speed to the 5. One man to beat. Lowers the head. Goes through the intending tackler, Romeo Washington, into the end zone. Touchdown, Muskegon. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And Jakob Price leading the attack all the way down the field. He closes it with a 20-yard TD rush.
Impressive drive from the Big Reds, and Price leading the way. 59 rush yards now so far in the first quarter, 20 of them right there on that nice touchdown run. Looked like he was going to go middle of the defense right through between the hashes once again, but able to bounce that one to the outside, to the right, and outrun the defenders to the corner of the end zone.
Adrian Ramos Velasquez will look to add the extra point right here. It'll be Jakob Price to hold for him. Snap is down. It's a bad low snap taken here by Price. He's running left. He'll throw to the end zone out of the reach of Terrence Davis, and it is incomplete. It is no good. The 2-point conversion fails on the rolled snap on the miscue there to Jakob Price, and it will remain 6-0 Muskegon with 3:28 to go in the first quarter. Attention all golfers, if you aren't ready to put away your clubs for the winter, the Leaderboard Indoor Golf has you covered. With over 500 courses, a full bar, and 17 TVs, the Leaderboard Indoor Golf is the perfect place to work on your game, host events and parties, compete in leagues. Visit theleaderboardgolf.com or call 616-500-8709 to book your tee time today. Next fall, Calvin University debuts its intercollegiate football program, and practice is already underway for Coach Trent Figg and the Knights this fall. Catch Michigan Sports Radio's coverage of the Knights' countdown to kickoff with the debut of the Figg on Football monthly show. You can also watch Calvin University hockey on Michigan Sports Radio. We'll have another note also in just a moment, going back to the Leaderboard Indoor Golf and something through their Facebook page that you can register to win. So, Muskegon, 3:28 to go first quarter. They take a 6-0 lead over East Lansing, and Adrian Ramos Velasquez at the 40-yard line has it teed up, and we'll get ready to send this one away to Sam's Jr. and Wyndham, who just back inside their own 10-yard line. Ball falls off the tee. It is a bit of a windy afternoon, really beautiful afternoon, and again, what is one of, if not the best stadiums in West Michigan. Really, really unique venue here at Legacy Field. Maybe one of the best press boxes also. You can see everyone in their own area. Ball falls off the tee one more time for Ramos Velasquez, and now they will be forced to have to hold this one for the kickoff, as Peyton Babbitt, the sophomore, will be the one down on a knee, holding it here for Ramos Velasquez, who will send it away right to left across the radio dial. Right leg strikes through the football. Low driver taken inside the right hashes at the 5-yard line, backing up from Wyndham. He races right up the middle of the field, over the 20, bursts of speed to the 25, and gets tackled and tripped down there, and will tumble his way on ahead to around the 27-yard line. And here comes Ben Fletcher and the East Lansing offense for their second chance in this ballgame on the tumble. Will give them all the way to the 29-yard line, 3:23 to go.
Yeah, much better return. First opening kickoff, Wyndham dropped down very close to the goal line there. Didn't get much return that time. Much better. Didn't quite get out to the 30, but a little bit better starting field position for the Trojans, who had a couple opportunities down the field. They were able to go to that play action pretty early, find Kaplovich, got across midfield, but then stalled out.
3:23 to go. 1st and 10. East Lansing will open with 3 wide receivers out of the shotgun. Fletcher, fake give, throws left side through the hands of Charlie Baker, who took a big hit from Keon Drummer on the slant. Incomplete. There's a little bit of kind of an RPO type look with a preset target to Baker. He's unable to hang on to it with the pass a little high and out of the way. 3:20 to go. 2nd and 10, right back at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, Fletcher, I think, liked the matchup he had with Baker on the outside, on the smaller corner, just trying to quick throw the football out and trust your big target on the slant route across the middle of the field, but couldn't connect there.
East Lansing from their own 29-yard line. 3:20 to go in the first. 6-0 Muskegon. The Big Reds off a 20-yard Jakob Price TD run to the outside, grabbing the first advantage of the state semifinal game here from Greenville. Single back formation. The deep back to the 20-yard line is Clarizio. They motion right to left across the line of scrimmage. The slot man, Charlie Baker. Fletcher, fake give, Bootleg right to pass, throws back across his body, caught on the screen at the 25-yard line by Baker. He's got some nice blockers set up over the 35-yard line, tumbles down to the 40. That will move the chains for East Lansing. Nice little setup play right there on the play action, the play fake, and then the throw across the field into the flat, and the screen moves the chains.
Yeah, for the incompletion on first down there, important play on second down to get some momentum going for the Trojans. They go back to the play action pass, look like they're going to go roll out. Then a throwback screen to Baker. After the incompletion on first down, able to go right back to him, and that time find the connection.
First and 10, 41-yard line, under 2:55 to go. Fletcher from the short shotgun. Give on the end around to the turning man, Duarte Sams. He takes it around the corner. Ball wound up on the turf. Wallace Oaks was around it. There's a penalty marker down on the field as well. East Lansing's got the football, but wait to see what this penalty flag is.
Thrown along the line of scrimmage here. We'll see if there's potentially a false start or otherwise a hold on the outside pretty early on in the play. I think it looked like the initial signal was going to be false start.
That is it. So it will be a false start. That whole play will come on back and come off the boards. There's a lot of action around the end of that play, so that'll become a 1st and 15 here as East Lansing backs up to their own 36-yard line. 2:44 and less to go, clock running down in the first quarter. 6-0 Muskegon, the D2 state semis here from Greenville. Couple receivers marching out of the field. Wyndham and Baker right here as they'll spread things out a little bit for Ben Fletcher, the junior who had those 4 passing touchdowns last year. He's got 16 TDs on the season, a 65% passer. He will work from the pistol. Pistol back, Jace Clarizio behind. 2 receivers left, 1 right. And East Lansing didn't like how that was setting up, and they were running out of time on the play clock. Fletcher forced to burn a timeout because of it. 2:18 to go first quarter. 6-0 Big Reds here from Greenville. So I mentioned leaderboard indoor golf. Make sure you head over and like the leaderboard indoor golf's Facebook page and comment MSR on their gift card giveaway post for a chance to win $100 towards your next visit. Gift card will be announced on their page on November 20, so just 2 days from now. That's coming up at the leaderboard indoor golf. So Chandler, Muskegon, their offense looking so good. Couple penalties, they overcame it. Now East Lansing takes a penalty here. They'll back up to 1st and 15. It really feels like with the way Muskegon moved the ball, East Lansing been stopped once already. They need their offense to find something. Now, last week, they had this whole thing going where they struggled in the first half and somehow found a way to come back down the stretch with a great second half, but I don't think the same sort of thing could be expected against Muskegon.
Yeah, I think definitely the offense has to be feeling some pressure a little bit here after gaining some yardage on the first possession, but then unable to get much going once they crossed midfield. Now backed up once again with a penalty here, trying to stay on schedule here offensively. I think going to be important against this talented Big Reds defense. 2:18
to go in the first from their own 36-yard line, 3 wide set. Slot receiver right is Charlie Baker. Pistol back Clarizio. Baker goes in motion, right to left across the line of scrimmage. Muskegon brings the 4 down front. Fake handoff with time to throw Fletcher. Now flush from the pocket right, throwing deep over the middle. Wyndham is all alone. A break in coverage, caught at the 30, racing the open field 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, B.J. Wyndham. Someone fell down in the Muskegon secondary. Wyndham was all alone, and they go the length of the field on the play action shot. 6-6 ball game. But there's a penalty marker down in what looks like the backfield or around the start of the play, and it looks like this might be coming back.
Yeah, it looks like the Muskegon coaching staff believes this one's coming back. They're signaling a push-off potentially down the field, and that might have been, I believe it was Mackay Guy, actually,
I think so, yeah.
In the secondary that was trying to tail along with Wyndham, and he fell down, or maybe there was a push-off there that's going to bring this one back.
Yeah, that's exactly. Guy is having pretty much that conversation. One on the sideline, and that is going to be the call. It's going to come back. So that's what helped bust Wyndham wide open, and the 6 points will come off the board right here for East Lansing. They did that a lot last week. They just found a way to find big scores when they needed them with big plays to keep pace. Seemed like they had a chance to do that one more time right here, but now Fletcher and company have to rethink about things. 2:06 to go. We'll see where this ball late in the first quarter winds up getting marked based on where the penalty is, and 3 of the officials are discussing things at around the 45-yard line. Current mark was the 36 for the last play on 1st and 15. And also, we now have an illegal man downfield penalty on East Lansing. That'll get called, so that is going to bring things back here for the Trojans, or at least maybe just negate things. Nope, now they will start the penalty, march backwards, and 1st and 15 is going to be 1st and 25 or so, or 1st and 20 plus for the Trojans here, so they certainly get in a little bit rougher position.
Yeah, stacking the penalties now, setting themselves even further back. And Trojans now going to find themselves in a tough spot. Still have first down, so got some shots to try to make something happen here, but this offense not exactly built to try to cover this yardage. They are very effective in the ground game and the play action, but things get a little bit hectic when you're backed up this far for any offense, but especially a team like this that's not really looking to just straight drop back and pass it.
2:06 to go first quarter. 6-0 Muskegon. It's 1st and 20. And the work out of the shotgun from their own 31-yard line. 3 wide receivers, 2 stacked to the right. They put Baker in motion, right to left across the line of scrimmage. Snap to Fletcher. Give on to Clarizio. He'll break it outside the numbers to the 30. Got twisted down right there. What an effort coming off the edge by Mackay Guy to hunt him down in the open field. And the senior quarterback, who hasn't been taking a ton of snaps in the defensive secondary, makes a big stop for a loss of 1 back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Clarizio was stretching that one out to the left side. Looked like he was going to have an opportunity to try to turn it up before he got to the sideline, but Mackay Guy closing ground pretty quickly there, coming up, making the strong tackle, able to bring him down, and basically no gain on that one.
90 seconds to go first quarter. 2nd down and 21 from the 30-yard line. 3 wide set from the gun. Tailback Clarizio to the right hip. Low snap to Fletcher. Straight drop to pass. Pressure coming. Throws over the middle. Leaping grab made by Kapilovic at the 30. Races outside the numbers to the 45. Drags the defender with him over the 45. Down to the 46-yard line. Twisting and turning out of bounds. Cunningham and company standing around him on the tackle. But a great job by Kapilovic. The pressure was coming off both ends. Unblocked. Fletcher able to get it away. Kapilovic makes the jumping grab and turns into 3rd and pretty darn manageable right here. We've about a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4 from the 47-yard line.
Yeah, and Fletcher took a shot after he released that one, too. Immediately some pressure from the Big Reds defensive line in the backfield, but they released Kapilovic off the line and just able to dump it off. Fletcher, a tremendous job just to find him and keep his eyes down the field, find that connection.
3rd and 4 from their own 47-yard line. 1:15 to go in the quarter. Give to Clarizio, bouncing up over the 50, diving down to the 49-yard line. It looks like he got the mark right on the number. Adrian Rankin on the tackle. That'll move the chains. They get 17 yards on 2nd down. They then get the 4 they need right on the number, and somehow they turn 1st and 20 into a 1st down up to the opponent 49-yard line. Inside 1 minute to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Muskegon. East Lansing driving.
Yeah, really big conversion right there from the Trojans, stepping up after being backed up on 1st down, way behind the chains, able to execute their offense, get that down to a 3rd down conversion, now find themselves just across midfield again, and for an offense that had some pressure on them coming into this drive, really big sequence right there.
From the 49, inside 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Some motion and the work out of the shotgun here with Fletcher. Baker motions across the line, left to right, penalty marker down. And we have what looks like a play clock violation and a delay of game that could be on its way right here. Let's wait to see the official call. That is the call. Another 5-yard penalty and another shot in the foot from East Lansing. They so far are surviving at this drive, but they will turn 1st and 10 into another 1st and 15 with 28 seconds to go in the quarter.
Yeah, I think that, they've been able to overcome the couple penalties that they had already on this drive, but you continue to do that to your offense, and it's just going to hurt you eventually. It just makes things that much more difficult, especially when you're already facing a talented unit on the other side of the ball.
So back to their own 46-yard line for 1st and 15. Trips of receivers go to the left side, and a little bit of a stack triangle formation. Across the line, left to right, goes Fortin. Fake handoff. Rolling to pass left is Fletcher. Throwing, looking for a well-covered Charlie Baker. Overthrown, incomplete through his hands, but a penalty marker comes down. I think they're going to get Dakarion Taylor for a defensive pass interference here. And it looks like East Lansing once again has survived the early penalty.
Yeah, running Baker on the out route. He was the far receiver to the left side. Was running a 10-yard out, and as he was going to break to the sideline, it looked like Taylor got a little physical there, bumping, maybe grabbed the arm a little bit too on the way up for the football.
It'll be 1st and 5, 10-yard penalty called defensive holding on Taylor. 23 seconds to go. 1st and 5 into opponent territory over the 45 to the 44-yard line right here for the Trojans to keep this drive alive. The one thing we've been seeing on this offense, a little bit more even than last week, they like to do, it's a pro-style offense, a lot of motion pre-snap from the receivers. You saw Fortman last time across the line of scrimmage, been a big part of what they're doing. Out of the shotgun, tailback Clarizio to the right hip, 1st and 5 from the Muskegon 44-yard line. Low snap, rolling to pass, thrown over the middle, intercepted. Dakarion Taylor racing in the open field to the 35. He's got the 25, cuts it up, only red jerseys in front of him. Touchdown Muskegon, pick 6 Dakarion Taylor. A penalty marker is down back at the 40-yard line. We'll see what it is, but a quick throw went straight into the chest of Taylor, and he was free. For now, touchdown Muskegon with zeros across the first quarter scoreboard. Let's see what the penalty marker is, and if the 6 points will stay on the board.
Trying to set up the little screen pass to Fortman in the middle of the field. Again, some pressure in Fletcher's face almost immediately.
It's a sideline warning against Muskegon. The touchdown stays. 12-0 Big Reds, able to find the end zone on a pick 6 from Dakarion Taylor. Commits the defensive hold on one play, goes to the house on the next, and zeros across the scoreboard, so this kick will end the first quarter.
Yeah, trying to set up that screen pass to Fortman in the middle of the field and throw rush just a little bit. Fortman gets a hand on it, deflects it, but right into the chest of Taylor. So then got a wide open field, just the quarterback to beat, running the other direction.
Ramos Velasquez looked to add the extra point. Jakob Price to hold for the Big Reds. 12-0 Muskegon. Terrific, perfect start for Coach Fairfield's team as they're getting points out of the offense and out of the defense in the early going of this one in the state semis. So winner of De La Salle and Mott that will be playing the winner of this game in the state championship. Right leg through the football and a little bit of a short leg kick for Ramos Velasquez is right down the middle and good. Big Reds add the extra point and they add a second score to the board. 13-0 Muskegon after one. We'll be right back here from Greenville.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here from Greenville's Legacy Field here. It's the D2 state semifinal. Dakarion Taylor Chandler taking it to the house on the pick 6 for the Big Reds and flipping this ball game 13-0 after the first quarter of play. The second quarter on Michigan Sports Radio is brought to you by Michigan ENT and Allergy Specialists. Their physicians specialize in allergy treatments, helping you find relief and get back into the game. Left to right across the radio dials, we've switched sides. Ramos Velasquez will get ready to send away all red home uniforms, top, bottom, and helmets for Muskegon. All whites for East Lansing, top, bottom, helmets, and the like. So Ramos Velasquez, ball on the tee, angles off on this one. He'll stride forward, right leg, short leg through the ball. Pooch kick to the near side, fair caught down on a knee by Kaplovich to the 27-yard line. Here comes Ben Fletcher and company. We set it up last time a little bit, Chandler. Muskegon, their offense rolling. The defense now making this play, but for East Lansing's offense, they needed a score last time. Now they really, really need a score this time to work on keeping pace a little bit. They showed their ability to come back last week, but you certainly don't want to get in a hole against a team that is 13-1 all time in state semifinal games.
Yeah, no doubt this Trojans team has the ability to make the second half adjustments and kind of see and make the adjustment to what they're seeing in the first half. But no doubt that this Muskegon team, the way that they can score points offensively, you don't want to find yourselves in too big of a hole. Already down 2 scores here. the offense has been able to move the ball a little bit initially. They've got to midfield both drives, but then things have gone south from there, having to punt the football away, and then, of course, that pick six just a minute ago.
All right, Coach Feraco's offense is out. They had 440 yards of offense a week ago. They worked from their own 27-yard line. The fresh 12 minutes on the clock for the second quarter. Single back, 2 tight ends. They move Armstrong right to left and now return him to the right side of the line. Straight drop to pass. A shoulder pump fake from Fletcher. Wobbles one away as Rankin hits him hard at the 20-yard line. Ball just falls innocently to the turf as Mackay Guy makes a diving INT attempt. 2nd and 10. They kind of put that shoulder fake built in that, but Adrian Rankin lit up his man on the pass rush.
Yeah, it's been all day so far for the Big Reds. They've been getting some pressure. Anytime Fletcher's dropping back to pass, it's what makes things difficult. Is a team that's built pretty heavily on the play action pass. When the Big Reds are expecting a run, they can run that out there and kind of confuse the defense a little bit. But so far, when they've been just straight drop backs or an obvious passing situation, the Big Reds have been in the backfield and really laying some hits on Fletcher so far.
4 wide set with trips right out of the shotgun from the 27-yard line, 2nd and 10. Muskegon brings a 4 down front. Fletcher, wearing number 12 in white, leans into the gun. Fakes the handoff, throws right flat, caught by Waters. He'll take it outside the numbers and dive out of bounds to the 29-yard line for a gain of 2 and set up a 3rd down and 8 right here. Of course, Waters was the one with the 88-yard touchdown grab a week ago. 11:49 to go in the first half. Clock is stopped here in the second quarter. 13-0 Muskegon.
I think it's going to be a lot of little short throws like that, I think, is what's going to have to open things up initially for the Trojans. Some screen passes, just some quick throws to the flat there. Get it out to your playmakers, because right now the drop backs in the pocket and slow developing routes down the field is going to allow the Big Reds some time to get back there.
Trips left, 3rd and 8. Straight drop to pass from Fletcher. Has some time, throwing left. Side, through the hands of Baker at the 49-yard line. Looks like he had it. The hit came from Mackay Lennox Brooks. It'll be 4th down and 8. And here comes the punt unit for East Lansing. They had the man open, but the late hit from Lennox Brooks helping clear the football away from Baker. Incomplete, 4th and 8. And Armstrong will punt it away again.
Yeah, Baker's been the 3rd and 4th down guy for the Trojans, and again, they look to him there on the corner route to the outside. Had some separation. The ball floated in there pretty well in a good spot, but just a hit at the right time, perfectly able to come down, knock the ball out of the hands of Baker before he had fully secured the catch.
Armstrong backs to his 16-yard line. Dual returners at the 35-yard line. Piggee to the right, Taylor to the left here for Muskegon. 11:42 to go, second quarter. Already 13-0 Muskegon as they are looking at another trip to Ford Field if they can find a way to win this one. Tumbling left-footed punt, twists down inside the 40-yard line. Fair caught by Destin Piggee to the 38. Here comes the Muskegon offense with a chance to make some real noise in this football game. Chandler right here for Mackay Guy and company. The GRPS Turkey Trot is taking place on Thanksgiving Day. Michigan Sports Radio listeners that use the code 2023 MSR5, that's 2023 MSR5, can receive $5 off. And you can click on the Turkey Trot logo on the Michigan Sports Radio main page to register. Muskegon will work with an I-form from the very, very tight pistol formation. Deep back is Piggee, fullback is Price, and we've got a penalty marker down on the sideline. It's towards the East Lansing side. I'm curious what this one could possibly be. Muskegon coaching staff kind of motioning the ball potentially forward right here. Encroachment is called on the East Lansing defense to turn 1st and 10 into 1st and 5. Muskegon now will get to start this drive from their own 43-yard line. 11.5 minutes to go, second quarter, 13-0 Big Red. Same look here. Short pistol formation. I-form, deep back is Price. Is Piggee. They give it to Price, spinning over the 50, dragging down to the 45-yard line. Late wrestling tackle made by McFadden. Looks like maybe caught a piece of the helmet, and a penalty marker comes down where the tackle was made at the 42-yard line. There's going to be some extra yardage tacked onto this one as well. Another hard-charging run from Jakob Price for a 1st down, and then some after the penalty.
Yeah, Price has been just so impressive and right through the middle of the defense once again, and the Trojans continue to have some issues bringing him down. He's been a handful so far. It's been a lot of broken tackles from Price, And then some extra yardage to face mask earlier, and then right there again, some more yardage tacked on due to the penalty.
Other games on Michigan Sports Radio, looks like 14-6 in a close one. South Christian over Portland. Muskegon all the way up to the 27-yard line. 11:22 to go. They stay out of the I form right here from the short pistol. Fake give to the fullback Price. Triple option pitch to Piggee. Outside the numbers at the 20. He's got the 10 and takes a big hit diving inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line. But a couple of penalty markers are down. We'll see if this one's coming back as Muskegon runs their first triple option of the ball game right there from the I-form pistol, which is a unique formation built into this offense.
Yeah, just another variation that they can throw at you. And I think a hold on the outside from the receiver, Taylor. It's going to bring that one back after the first down was gained, so it's going to still be first down here, but that one coming back after a big play from Piggee.
Yep, that is exactly, you got it exactly right. That's a hold on Taylor on the outside. So this one coming back for Muskegon. It will come back to the 25-yard line, so they'll actually still get some yardage to work with. It'll be first down and 8 here for the Big Reds. 11:08 and less to go clock running down in the second quarter. 13-0 Muskegon, and they're up to the opponent 25-yard line. Guy will work here out of the pistol with a wing off the right side of the line. Now Guy backs into the short shotgun. Tailback Price to his right hip. They motion Davis across the line right to left. Snap to Guy. Give is faked to Price. He'll take it over the 25, lost the football on the ground, fallen on by Daryl Jeter and East Lansing. It's Trojan football. It just went bobbling away from Guy, kind of awkwardly punches in the air. Jeter falls on it. It's East Lansing football, and their defense making a huge, huge play right there.
Yeah, maybe the big swing that the Trojans needed, able to punch the ball free. Mackay Guy on the quarterback keeper going to the right side, trying to fight through another tackle. This time, the Trojans able to wrap him up, and then as the second and third tacklers get there, able to punch the football free out of his arms, jump on top of it, and now have themselves the football, get their offense back on the field, try to get something going.
So 10:43 to go. Here come Fletcher and company. They'll start at their own 24-yard line. 13-0 Big Reds. Of course, remember, East Lansing does have one deep shot touchdown that came off the board. And we'll see what they can do here. They'll work out of the pistol. Single wide receiver out to the right-hand side. A stack of blockers to the left of the line. It's a give to Clarizio right up the middle. He'll back over the 25, down to the 26-yard line for a gain of 2 on first down. Stanley Cunningham in on the stop. 10.5 to go, second quarter. 13-0 Muskegon, and a second down and 8 coming up here from their own 26-yard line for the Trojans.
Yeah, I think the big takeaway so far for the Trojans offensively, they just have not been able to get Clarizio going. They have not been able to get the ground game going. Only 20 yards on 7 carries so far.
Back under center, single back, 2 wide receivers. The back is Clarizio. 5 on the front line for Muskegon. Straight drop to pass for Fletcher. Rolling right and throws one well over the head of Fortman. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication, but also Fortman was well covered in the zone, so it's thrown away. It'll be 3rd and 8 from their own 26 for the Trojans. So the offense for Coach Feraco's team on the verge of stalling one more time here at Greenville.
Yeah, Fletcher and Fortman not on the same page there. It looked like Fletcher expected the corner out from Fortman on the outside. Instead, Fletcher broke it back and was going to try to run the little comeback route right around the first down marker. So that football thrown way over his head and really into no man's land.
Very packed stands here at Greenville, especially the visitors' side. East Lansing traveled very, very well this afternoon, and the Trojans work with 10:03 to go in the second quarter. 3 wide set from the gun. 3rd and 8, low snap to Fletcher. He'll handle. Drop to pass, throws right flat, caught screen, 20-yard line from Clarizio. Burst of speed over the 25, stutter step down to the 29. Dakarion Taylor on the stop. It'll be 4th down and medium. Let's see what the Trojans are thinking. Here comes the punt unit. There's a little bit of hesitation, but the punt unit will come out. And again, the Trojan offense is stopped in their own territory. This East Lansing defense, or this Muskegon defense, has bowed up and then some. They allowed kind of one long drive, and after that, they have been completely stifling.
Yeah, right there, too, off the quick change. The Muskegon offense turning the football over. East Lansing had a chance to try to steal some momentum, but the Big Reds defense coming out there right away, getting a 3-and-out and the football back.
9:19 to go. Armstrong, high snap, nearly over his head, sells it down at the 15-yard line, runs on ahead, boots the left leg through this one, gets the wind behind it with a low roller that hits down at the 35-yard line and just with speed rolls all the way inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. Winds up being a great punt and a complete flip of field position when it looked like it was nearly over the punter's head. So here comes Muskegon's offense. They drove again, they turn it over. Last drive, but we're right back in the same scenario. 9:05 to go in a so far slow-moving second quarter, and the Big Reds a chance to extend it to a 3-score lead here.
Yeah, it looked like they were well on their way to another scoring drive down the field. They were just inside the red zone before Muskegon fumbled the football, but the offense so far has been able to move down the field. The running game looks like it's working once again for the Big Reds offense.
Big Reds with 3 timeouts remaining, 2 timeouts remaining for the Trojans. 9 minutes to go from the shotgun. 3 wide receivers set. Snap to Muskegon off a fake clap is delayed, and he'll look back towards the sideline with a new call. Guy leaning in, he'll work out of the pistol right here. Jakob Price puts the right hand in the dirt. They give it to Price over right guard. Into open field, cut move at the 30, racing down and tracked down by his shoelaces to the 33-yard line by Jalen McFadden. That moves the chains, just another gashing 15-yard or so run from Jake Price, who has had that sort of yards to run and that sort of athleticism and burst of speed all afternoon long.
Yeah, just again, right away through the line of scrimmage, and it's one-on-one between him and the safety, the single high. Right there, able to make him miss initially, but another big chunk run for Price.
1st and 10 from the 33. I form. They started to run the triple option play, but there's a false start called on the snap, and that'll turn into 1st and 15. We've seen more of this formation out of Muskegon than I think we've seen in the last couple of times we've seen them, Chandler, this short, very short, like yard and a half off the back of the center pistol, and then a couple of backs out of essentially running the old school Tom Osborne I-form triple option for Muskegon in this game.
Yeah, I think out of that formation, they can really get that quick hitter to Price through the middle of the field. It's been effective for them early on in the first half.
They'll work with a little bit of the same look right here. I-form out of the pistol. 1st and 15 from their own 28-yard line. Guy looking to the sideline for a new call as the clock rolls inside. 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 2 wide receivers. Tight end off the right side of the line. Fake give. It's a triple option keeper for Guy. He cuts it up the hashes over the 30 and dives down to the 33-yard line to get back to the original line of scrimmage for a gain of 5 and a 2nd down and 10 from the 33.
The option to the right side, Muskegon had Piggee out wide if he wanted to try to pitch it to him, but saw the Trojans defense cheating that way, looking for the pitch, able to tuck it and turn it upfield, pick up 5 on 1st down.
So all 3 of their terrific seniors working in the back right now. We've seen some split back gun. We've seen some I-form from this team. They're sticking out of this short pistol I-form. 2nd and 10 from their own 33. 7:45 to go, second quarter. Snap to Guy. Pitch on to Piggee, breaking past a couple of tacklers, put the football on the ground, ripped away by Dontavius Royals. He's racing the open field over the 15 to the 10, 5, touchdown, Dontavius Royals and East Lansing. They pick up their 2nd fumble of the game, and the big senior edge rusher rumbles to the end zone for the touchdown. 13-6 ball game. Unbelievable turn of fortune.
Well, both defenses now on the board here in the first half. Right there again, pitch to the outside. Piggee had the football looking to turn it upfield, and the hit delivered. The ball bounces free. And then the awareness from the Trojans defense to pick it up, the scoop and score. And they, after the first fumble from Muskegon, unable to capitalize on offense, but they're just getting it done on defense, taking it the whole way. And that's definitely the momentum swing that the Trojans have been looking for. Gets us back down to a 1-score game.
Fletcher to hold the left-footed kicker Isaiah Armstrong, looking to send through the extra point and make it a 6-point ball game, which also that earlier missed extra point and 2-point conversion could be a bigger factor. Left foot through the football, and a low driver is right down the hatch and good. 13-7 ball game. 7:32 to go. And we will be right back here as we're rolling towards the second half of the second quarter.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
All right, welcome back here to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Welcome back to Greenville. What a change of fortune. 7:32 to go. A fumble return for Dontavius Royals has put East Lansing on the board. It's a 13-7 ball game. The Big Reds will return it from inside their 5-yard line. Outside the numbers, here comes Piggee. Ducks a tackle to the 15-yard line, and another wave of tacklers follow. A late penalty marker comes in. Muskegon first wanted a face mask call. I don't know if that's what this is for, though, because it came in from the sideline really late.
Yeah, it did look like maybe the hand of one of the kick coverage members for the Trojans might have swiped the face mask of Piggee on the return. None of the officials right there calling it. It was one of the officials further up the field. I think maybe was waiting to see if they were going to call it. At the last second, threw the flag as far as he could towards the middle of the field. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what this call is going to be.
Referees are discussing this one. Otherwise, Muskegon's going to be starting around the 15-yard line right here. Wait to see. The discussion continues. It looks like it's getting marched forward at the end of the play, yes. So I would expect once we get the official word from the officials that it is going to be just that. It is a face mask. East Lansing, as Piggee gets trapped, that's their third face mask penalty of the game for the Trojans. So some free yards to Muskegon, who were going to be pinned deep in their own territory after kind of a nonchalant return from Piggee, will now get to start right near the 30-yard line. The mark will be the 29 off the penalty. So Muskegon starts on their own 29-yard line. 7:24 to go. 13-7 lead in the D2 state championship here on game night. Short shotgun. 4 wide receivers set for Mackay Guy. The senior leaning into the gun now. Looks back to the sideline. He's got long red sleeves along with that all red uniform and a glove in white on his left hand. From the pistol now, off a new call. Give up the middle to Price. Big burst of speed up the middle of the field. Cut move at the 40. Over the 45. Breaking a tackle to the 50. To the 45. Stiff arm 40. Spin move 35. Backing into a trio of defenders. Over the 30. Down to the 28-yard line. What a run by Jakob Price inside the 30. He would not say no, and he moves his team inside the 30-yard line. The mark is the 28.
Well, the Big Reds have had some issues with fumbles the last couple drives, but the one thing that remains constant in the first half is Jakob Price running the football with a purpose there. A big run through the middle of the field, running through arm tackles once again, just not going down to the ground, fighting till the very last inch.
There are 2 cuts. There's a stiff arm. There was a spin move. There was everything you could imagine. 4 wide set. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Fake give to Price. Read option keeper. Guy up the middle. Burst of speed to the 20. Lowers the head down to the 19-yard line where the tackle's made 1 yard short of the first down by Jalen McFadden. It'll be 2nd and 1. 6:41 to go, second quarter. And Muskegon getting their mojo back a little bit after a couple of giveaways their last 2 offensive drives.
Yeah, playing here with a little bit of motivation to try to correct the ship after some turnovers that Coach Fairfield, I'm sure, is not happy about. Sure, talking on the sideline about ball security and, of course, now getting some big plays and inside the red zone.
From the pistol, Price with his right hand down in the dirt. Snap to Guy. Give to Price. Up the middle. And nowhere to go, and shut down right at the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down and 1. The inside of that big defense. Al-Jalari and Javon Thomas. Thomas, an Eastern Michigan commit, able to make the stop on the inside. It'll remain 3rd down and 1 from the 19-yard line into opponent territory. Muskegon driving as we go inside 5:55 to go in the second quarter. 13-7 Big Reds. Clock ticking on down, and they'll go to this short pistol I form. 1 wide receiver out wide to either side. Wing off the right. Snap. Turning a give to Piggee. Up the middle. Sidesteps Dontavius Royals and pushes the pile ahead for a gain of 2 and a 1st down to the 17-yard line. Got pretty much exactly what he needed right there on the sidestepping run from Destin Piggee. 1st down Muskegon. 5.5 to go in the first half.
Yeah, didn't need a whole lot there, but Piggee able to fight forward, keep the feet chopping just enough. fall forward, get the first down. It looked like the Trojans defense thought initially they had him stopped, but gave up that extra yardage as Piggee fighting forward.
Split back, short shotgun right here. It's Price to the right hip and Piggee to the left hip of Muskegon. One wide receiver out wide to either side. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. They'll now motion into the I form right here. The fullback is Price with 2 hands in the dirt. Turning a give to Piggee up the middle, ducks the first wave of tacklers, and gets wrapped up and twisted down by Julius Goodwin, the senior, right around the original line of scrimmage. They'll give him a yard up to the 16-yard line for 2nd down and 10. Or 9, whatever I meant to say.
The East Lansing interior defensive line there, I think, really trying to step up now. They've been gashed a couple times. Price has got him right through the middle between the hashes, but now trying to make the statement here as they get inside the red zone, trying to shut down the run game on 3rd down, even though they gave up the first down, holding that to a couple yards, and there, another short gain.
2nd and 9. They go back to this short I-form pistol hybrid formation. Fullback Price, deep back Destin Piggee, near side receiver Dakarion Taylor. It's Brooks to the wide side of the field, driving left to right, turning a give to Price, angling left, big hole, cutting past a man at the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Jakob Price, in for the 2nd time today, and the senior puts East Lansing back up by a couple of scores, 19-7 Big Reds.
Another long run from Price. He's been the constant for the Big Reds in the first half so far. 150 rushing yards now, a couple touchdowns. Another one where it's immediately he's through the line to the left side. It's him one-on-one in the second level and able to make a couple guys miss. Another touchdown extends the Big Reds' lead.
And it will be Price to hold, and it will be Ramos Velasquez looking to add the extra point with 4:12 to go. In the 2nd quarter, Muskegon back up by multiple scores. High snap, settle down, right leg through the football, blocked by the front line of the East Lansing defense. I think it was Jay Carnegie, the junior, that may have gotten his hand on it, but it's blocked. It's another failed extra point from the Big Reds, and the game remains 19-7. And we will be right back here on Game Night.
I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. I've heard it said that professional coaches measure success in rings, college coaches measure success in championships, and high school coaches measure it in titles. But youth coaches measure success in smiles. At Centennial Securities, we're like the youth coach. Our success is measured by the smiles on the faces of our satisfied clients. If you're a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
All right, welcome back here to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio and the MGN Road to Detroit. Final stop on the MGN Road to Detroit. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, you're watching us on our In the Booth view this afternoon, presented by Farmers Insurance and Centennial Securities. 4:12 to go in the 2nd quarter. Ramos Velasquez left to right across your radio or computer dial. They're moving this way, as you can see. We'll get ready to send it on away for the Big Reds. What a run, though, by Jakob Price. Not just for the touchdown, but especially the one in the middle of that drive where we were just talking off air. I think he broke 11 tackles. I think he broke a tackle from everyone on the field. And Ramos Velasquez, left to right, will send it away. A low twister will get grabbed inside the 25-yard line, angling across the field with speed here over the 45 to the 50-yard line. Noah Lopez, he's got it in the Muskegon territory, gets twisted down to the 44. Great return from Lopez. There is a Big Red, though, on the near side of the field that is down and a little shaken up at the end of that last play. Down for the Big Reds is Keyshawn Drummer, the sophomore running back and defensive back who is in on this special teams unit. So Drummer going to get looked at a little bit right here. We'll stick with you for the time being. The mark is going to be the 47-yard line, but East Lansing into plus territory. Their defense was able to find points last time. Their special teams have now blocked a couple of kicks. They've flipped the field position on a couple of occasions as well. They're doing all the little things right on some of that side of the football, but their offense just has to find a way to move the ball whatsoever. They have not been able to do that at all so far in this ballgame.
Yeah, I think, on a day like today where your offense just really isn't clicking, you need to really step up in the other phases of the game. Got the scoop and score. The special teams has made some plays on the extra points and now setting themselves up with really good field position. It flips the field, gets across midfield as just over 4 minutes to go. So a realistic chance here to try to score, but the offense just has not been able to get anything going for the most part. It's been a couple drives that got across midfield, but really haven't threatened at any point outside of that long touchdown that was called back. So now a really good opportunity for them on a short field to try to get some points on the board.
Drummer back to his feet and back to the sideline. So East Lansing's offense will break it out. Ben Fletcher and company go to work. Call is in from Coach Feraco. They go power pistol with a wing off the left hip and the tailback Clarizio. They give it to Clarizio, the junior. Burst of speed to the 45-yard line. Gets bottled up right there after a gain of 2. And on the tackle and leading the tackling charge was Adrian Rankin. But Jace Clarizio, who we saw run for 229 and 2 touchdowns a week ago, a kid that has got Iowa State, Michigan State, Central Michigan offers on the table, entirely bottled up in this football game by this Muskegon front line.
Yeah, held under 3 yards per carry so far. And last week, too, it was held in check for the most part in the first half. And the second half is when he really added to some of those numbers. So that remains something that the Trojans, I think, are still trying to establish this run game and hope it wears out some of the Big Reds and they can capitalize off that later on in the game, but really need to get something going in the run game now as well.
Inside 3.5 to go in the first half. Snap here to Fletcher. Fake give. Drop to pass. Pressure coming. Just fires one down the field. Jump ball. Intercepted by Mackay Guy. Reaching high, but incomplete. He's unable to hang on to the football. He was celebrating like he had the football. He just can't survive the ground on it. What an effort. Mackay Guy gives up like almost a foot to Charlie Baker. He skied for the INT attempt, just unable to hang on to it. It'll be 3rd down and 7 from the plus 44 for the Trojans.
Yeah, Fletcher, again, feeling the pressure, had to deliver that ball a little bit early. The post route across the middle of the field, but a back foot throw, just had to throw it up there. Saw the bigger body receiver Baker on the corner and Mackay Guy and just threw it up, expecting Baker to have an opportunity to go up and get it. Mackay Guy, the one that high points it, had that opportunity at the interception, I think had it, but as he hit the ground is when he lost control of it.
East Lansing runs it up. They go single back, 3 wide receivers under center on 3rd and 7 from the 44. Clarizio putting his foot in the ground, turns it up the middle, over the 40, tackled from behind, down to the 38, 1 yard short of the first down. It will be 4th and 1. Coming on up right here, big defensive tackle, Chris Jones ranging to make the stop, and a 4th and 1 from the 38. They'll bring the power unit out, and East Lansing will go for it on 4th down. For the first time, 2:50 and less to go, and they run it up. They go I form right here. Julian Terranova, the fullback, give over right guard to Clarizio. He's met at the line of scrimmage, turns his head. It looks like on the original mark he's going to be short. Muskegon celebrating as such, and he is short. It will turn over to Muskegon football. They stand tall. Clarizio absolutely running into a brick wall, and the Big Reds up 19-7, take over with 2:40 in the second.
Yeah, 4th and 1 in opponent territory. Easy decision to try to go for it there, but the Big Reds all over it, expecting the run. And the Trojans do go with Clarizio, but he was fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Really never even got close to the first down. Needed a full yard and ended up a full yard short.
It's kind of interesting because they went I form, but they went with kind of a off-guard type run to the right side out of the power look. Muskegon right back to work, fake handoff, read option keeper up the middle for Mackay Guy. Nets him back to the line of scrimmage and no further as the inside of the defense engulf him. Royals and company on the stop. 2nd and 10 coming from their own 39-yard line right here for the Big Reds. Make that actually 2nd and 9 from the 39. They were at about the 38.5-yard line before, so 2nd and 9 from the 39. 2:13 and less to go. Clock running down here in the first half. 19-7 lead. 3 wide set here for the Big Reds. Short gun for Guy. Clapping a snap. Give to Price up the middle. Pushing through the pile. Angles right. Breaking free at the 45. Racing the open field at the 50. To the 40. 30. 25. 20. Down the sideline. 1 man to beat. Price diving for the end zone. Touchdown. Jake Price. His 3rd touchdown of the game. What a run by the senior. Unbelievable down the sideline. And the Big Reds score again. 25-7.
What a first half for Price. Now over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns in the first half. A big run, 61 yards right there. Had a nice chunk play, but then the move in the second level, able to bounce it. 2 defenders, the corner and safety to that side, both bite in. He just outruns him to the sideline, turns it upfield, able to sneak in the front corner of the end zone, and Jakob Price just continues to show out here.
Muskegon will take a timeout right here. Unbelievable run again. I mean, as you kind of described, I mean, he just decides to run from hash to hash and then some, just straight across the field towards us, able to turn up along the sidelines. The power, it's the speed. Jakob Price had an unbelievable career. I'm sure he'll go on to be a 3-time All-State running back this year. This has got to be, though, just visually, and the numbers are going to bear it out, too, the best game of his Muskegon career in the state semifinal.
Yeah, I think so. When you factor in just how incredible the first half has been, and of course, add in the stage that this is on in the state semifinals against a quality team and a really good defense in East Lansing, and the way that he's just taken over this football game right now for the Big Reds.
25-7 Muskegon, 1:52 to go in the second, and the Big Reds will go for 2 right here. That's why they call the timeout to set this up. They bring Adrian Rankin in as a power back. Single wide receiver out to the left, Destin Piggee, and they load the line with a trio of lead blockers to the right-hand side. Short gun for Guy. Tailback is Rankin. Piggee goes in motion. They give it to him on the end around. Piggee to the 5, racing to the corner. He's got the edge into the end zone for the 2-point conversion and a 20-point lead for the Big Reds. 27-7 Muskegon with 1:52 to go in the first half. We will be right back.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. 27-7 Big Reds, 1:52 to go in the first half. We were just saying off air, too. I mean, you look at the fumble that was returned, the earlier fumble as well for Muskegon. This truly could be a 35-0 type game right now. This has been a really impressive performance from the Big Reds start to finish, making a statement, wanting to go back to the state championship where they're looking for a little bit of revenge.
Yeah, I think the offense has looked really good for the Big Reds outside of those couple fumbles. The turnovers have been the one thing that's led to the score for East Lansing and gave them an extra possession. But the offense, when they've held on to the football, has moved down the field and really racking up the rushing yardage.
And whether it's De La Salle especially or Mott, you will not be able to make those sort of mistakes next week. It's a little rolling pooch kick over the 15-yard line down, or over the 25 down to the 20-yard line, angled across the field over the 25 on the return from Lopez. He gets lit up on the play, and a penalty marker came in at the 25-yard line on the other side of the field of where the tackle was made. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what this call could be, but as of right now, it'll be just over the 25-yard line for East Lansing, the minute 45 to go. Of course, the Big Reds getting the ball to start the second half as well, so East Lansing certainly needs points to get it back down to a 2-score game before the half, but we'll see if this is going to be a hold that's coming back or if it's maybe a violation on the hit and giving him some yards. Looks like it might be the latter. We'll have to wait and see. They're going to wave it off. So no penalty on the field. It'll be 28-yard line, the starting position for East Lansing right in between the hash marks. 1:45 to go in the second quarter and a 27-7 lead for the Trojans. East Lansing, Chandler, it's an offense that doesn't love to work quickly. We saw them do it last week, but they're at their best and they're kind of grinding it down the field. They're going to have to find a way to score and score quickly starting right here in this final minute 45.
Yeah, going to be a bit difficult as anything that's been slow developing down the field. It's been the Big Reds able to apply some pressure and made things difficult for Fletcher to try to find anything vertical.
Fletcher from the pistol, 2 wide receivers. Baker goes in motion left to right across the line. Muskegon bringing a 5 down front. Give to Clarizio. Cuts it outside at the 30 and backs his way over the 30 down to the 32-yard line. Tackles made by the edge rusher Stanley Cunningham. Mark will be the 31 officially. It'll be a gain of 3 and a 2nd and 7 as we tick inside 90 seconds to go in the second quarter. They're working quickly. Are the Trojans. They go 3 wide set from the gun. Low snap picked off nearly the turf by Fletcher. Jump pass to the right side. In and out of the hands of the defensive back, Deshaun Wallace-Oaks, nearly intercepted. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Wallace-Oaks jumped that route to the outside. Fletcher trying to throw the out route along the sideline to his receiver, right around the first down marker and let him get out of bounds, but the throw slightly behind, and Wallace Oaks all over it, able to get his hands on it, had the interception, probably would have had a pick six if he's able to get security of the football, but through his hands, and the Trojans offense going to live to fight on third down here.
Wallace Oaks, a guy that just plays all over the field, outside linebacker with a nickel corner role he's been in as well. And East Lansing goes to work. 4 wide receivers set out of the gun on 3rd and 6. Snap at the waist. Fletcher drop to pass, throws off his back foot, in and out of the hands on a throw over the middle through B.J. Wyndham. But a penalty marker is down in the backfield right here.
Thrown right around the line of scrimmage. Might have been a hold on the inside of the line. Might back the Trojans up here. We'll see as there was some pressure once again from the Big Reds.
Holding, but the penalty is declined, so it'll remain 4th and 6. East Lansing will punt it away, and Muskegon's defense staying perfect. Remember, the fumble return, the only score for East Lansing. This Muskegon defense, for as good as the offense has looked, the defense has been that much more impressive.
Yeah, I think the offense gets a lot of the love and a lot of the hype with how tremendous they are, but the defense gets overlooked, and just how talented of a unit that is as well.
Armstrong to boot it away. Another high snap. Jumps to settle it down. Left foot through the football at the 20. Tumbler low down to the 35-yard line. Taken by Taylor. He'll run it outside the left numbers. He's got the 50. Spinning into a tackling pile at the 45 and backs his way down to the 41-yard line. 1:01 to go. Muskegon starts the 41. The Big Reds can put another 7 on the board right here with 61 seconds to go, 40 yards.
Yeah, up already a couple scores here. They don't need to be aggressive, but that return sets them up in such good field position that they've got plenty of time, a minute to go, a couple timeouts. Worst case scenario for East Lansing there. You're hoping, you're trying to get a score before halftime or at least hold on to the football until half. Instead, the Big Red's going to get another opportunity.
From the gun, wing off the right side. Snap to Guy. It's a quarterback power run to the right. He'll cut it up to the 40, which was where the mark was made, to the 40, not the 41. And he'll get shut down right there by Royals to the 40-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 10. The clock runs inside 50 seconds. Muskegon still taking their time a little bit right here. Guy getting ready to go to work. Tailback Jakob Price, who has a trio of touchdowns, all of the offensive touchdowns in this game, along with the INT from Dakarion Taylor that he took to the house. 33 seconds and less to go. Muskegon taking their time to set this up. They go 4 wide. Out of the short shotgun, tailback to the left hip. In motion, right to left goes Piggee. They fake it to him. Option keeper up the middle. Guy, burst of speed to the 30. He's got the first down, dragging a defender to the 26-yard line. 19 seconds on the clock. And it looks like Coach Fairfield will use his 2nd of 3 timeouts. So still 1 more to go. Good run from Mackay Guy. It's that look that will end around when he keeps it on the read option. He's so dangerous the way he chops his feet up the middle. We see it right there. 19 seconds to go. And a good opportunity here, I would have to say, for the Big Reds now, especially where they've put themselves to, regardless, put some amount of points on the board before the end of the half.
Yeah, the run game has been so effective for them that they can continue to try to do that with the timeout here to stop the clock once again. Haven't seen them had to complete a pass yet so far, but you have time to try to take a couple shots towards the end zone if that's the route they want to go as well.
They completed 1 pass a week ago, by the way, so it was an offense. It was a touchdown, but it's not an offense that necessarily has been hunting passing yards well ever, if you look at the history of this offense, but certainly has been true this year. And Mackay Guy has had an ability to go to the air when they need to, but mostly it's with his legs that he's been so dangerous for the last couple of years for the Big Reds. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Muskegon from the opponent 25-yard line. Muskegon leading East Lansing 27-7, 19 seconds on the 2nd quarter clock. They work from the pistol. Couple of slot backs out there, one to either side. Fake give to Price, end around give to Piggee, turns it up over the 25-yard line and pushes the pile down to the 21 before Dontavius Royals becomes the 3rd man on the pile and shuts it down. 8 seconds on the clock. Coach Fairfield calls his final timeout. They went to some motion, some trickeration in the backfield right there, but not able to really get much out of it.
Yeah, trying to catch the Trojans off guard with a little misdirection, counter run with Piggee, but the Trojans all over it. And, of course, bring him down in the middle of the field. The Big Red's going to have to burn that last time out. So now not going to be able to stop the clock here. Either going to have to take a shot to the end zone more than likely.
Yeah, and that was the first time that we saw the quote-unquote traditional kind of ski gun setup where they had the quarterback with the fullback or running back behind with the hand in the dirt, and they had the slot off either end. So kind of the flex bone formation from the pistol for the first time. We've seen some I form. We've seen some of the short gun. It's been one of the more changing, I think, offenses for Coach Fairfield, even compared to when we saw him a couple weeks ago in Mona Shores.
Yeah, they've been able to mix things up, and I mean, it really revolves around the three playmakers at all times, Guy, Price, and Piggee, and they just find unique formations, variations within this offense to get different motion and throw different looks at defense.
They go to the I form, 2nd and 6 from the 21. 8 seconds on the clock in the late second quarter. Defensive front changing for East Lansing, and Coach Feraco wants his second time out of the half after he saw what Muskegon brought out, and now we'll see what Coach Fairfield is going to bring out one more time. Of course, big thank you to Centennial Securities and Farmers Insurance, presenting sponsors of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Make sure you check out the merch shop through MichiganGameNight.com and the MGN page on Michigan Sports Radio. Plenty to look at there, including some playoff-related stuff. So if you're new to MGN and like the product, got some cool merch also available right there, and follow us across social media. You can see it on the main page along with scrolling on the bottom of our booth shot right here. At MI Game Night is where you find us, regardless, across all of social media. So Big Red's getting ready to break things out here in just a second. Curious kind of what they're going to look to do right here, because they were looking more power last time, looking to run something off of that. That's why East Lansing calls the timeout. This time they're going to go back to a 4-wide set trio to the right. Tailback Price will be to the left hip out of the short shotgun alongside Mackay Guy. 8 seconds to go from the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone. Snap to Guy. Fake give. He'll keep it up the middle, angling at the 15, and a big tackle made by McFadden to the 15-yard line, right around the line to gain, but zeros will go across the scoreboard, and it is halftime. 27-7 is the score at the break in this one, as the Big Reds are able to do it all and then some throughout the first half of this ball game. Chandler, halftime, we move into our Farmers Insurance halftime show. Give us kind of your first thoughts. Our dominant performance from Muskegon that in some ways what the score is almost the lowest amount in terms of lead that it could be for Muskegon. They played that well.
Yeah, they played really well in the first half. Outside of the couple fumbles, the 2 turnovers is really the one thing that the Trojans have been able to capitalize on, able to get the scoop and score and gain a possession off another fumble that ultimately didn't do anything offensively. But other than that, the Big Reds offense has been unstoppable. The defense with a score in there as well. So things really going well for the Big Reds right now.
Absolutely. It is halftime here at Greenville. We have got a lot more to get to here in our Farmers Insurance halftime show. We'll get to some stats, get to some scoring recaps, and much more coming up. But for now, 27-7. Muskegon over East Lansing at the half. We'll see if Coach Feraco and company can come out with the type of second half they had a week ago, or if Muskegon is going to be on their way to their second straight state championship berth. Right back here on Game Night.
Hey, football fans, West Michigan Plumbers, Fitters, and Service Trades Local Union 174 is taking applications for apprenticeship from October 16th through October 27th. UA Local 174 apprentices earn great wages, excellent benefits, and paid training. Serving West Michigan since 1891. Find more information at ua174.org. That's ua174.org.
This is a beautiful time of year, but for many, it is also the beginning of allergy season, which means lots of sneezing, itchy, watery eyes, runny nose, constant drainage, or ear pressure. These are all allergy symptoms we regularly treat. Don't let your allergy stop you from enjoying what you love to do outdoors. We have several ear, nose, throat, and allergy specialists ready to see you. Find us online at MichiganENTallergy.com. We look forward to helping you enjoy the outdoors again.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Located just 20 minutes from Grand Rapids and Kent City, the Falls at Barber Creek is one of Michigan's premier golfing destinations. The beautifully designed 18-hole public golf course welcomes golfers of all ages and skill levels. Its challenging track with dramatic elevation changes through breathtaking scenery, including a 40-foot waterfall, makes it a place you're definitely going to want to play. Check out the course with a drone flyover and reserve your tee times at thefallsatbc.com.
Identify your number one personal trait, the thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here, and the Farmers Insurance Halftime Show, 27-7 Muskegon over East Lansing. At the break in this one, Chandler, quick scoring recap. Jakob Price, we're going to say his name a lot. He opened up the scoring with a 20-yard TD run. There's a botched extra point incompletion. It was almost tough to tell, really, if it was supposed to be a two-point conversion attempt. It was a bad snap, but it seemed like Price was well set up to try to throw it to the end zone, so they were no good on that 6-0. And then it was Jakarion Taylor with zeros across the first quarter scoreboard. A 54-yard pick six. Extra point was good, 13-0. Muskegon, East Lansing got on the board for the first time with a 27-yard fumble recovery, scoop and score, extra point good with 7.5 to go in the second, 13-7 ball game. And the last two scores both went to Jakob Price, one from 16, one from 61. They completed a two-point conversion after a blocked extra point. That makes it 27-7 at the break. Chandler, some stats.
All right, we'll start East Lansing. Offensively struggled for most of the first half, but through the air, Fletcher had 62 passing yards. Most of that went to Kablovich, who had 44 receiving yards. Clarizio had 2 receptions for 4 yards. Baker with 1 for 12, and Waters with 1 reception for 2 yards on the ground. Clarizio, 11 carries for 32 yards. On the Muskegon side of things, did not complete a pass, and it was 3 guys on the ground. You can probably guess who they are. Mackay Guy, 47 yards. Jakob Price, 211 yards, and Piggee with 15 yards.
So at the end of the game, we, of course, hand out a group of awards, including our Rainbow Grill in Granville Player of the Game Award, and Jakob Price certainly leading that. Let's talk a little about Jake Price, because he was a guy who last week he kind of sacrificed. He only had 75 yards. He was more of a blocker, and you'll have that sometimes in this offense. Boy, it was a little bit more of they wanted a physical rushing attack. They wanted to go to him. He has had 2 or 3 of the most impressive runs I've seen in his career in this game alone in that first half. You can't with words describe how unbelievable some of these runs and how good Jakob Price has been in the first half.
Yeah, he's been tremendous. The physicality that he set the tone with right away, starting off the game, and some of those tough runs that he's getting the football and going right between the tackles and right at the strength of some of the East Lansing defense, and then fighting through tackles even on some shorter runs, just the way that he finishes at all times throughout the run and fighting forward. And then you see that turn into some big plays as you start to wear down the inside of that defense, and those quick hit runs where he just immediately gets the football and is into the second level, and then making some guys miss. But really, it's been the complete first half from him.
We'll also have our eye out in that second half for our Farmers Insurance Play of the Game, our Centennial Securities winning game plan, best play call of the game, along with, of course, the Rainbow Grill Player of the Game and the Car Center Hit of the game, which several options to go from. And one of those options, as we can kind of talk about a little bit more, the lone scorer for East Lansing. The offense hasn't been able to do much, but Dontavius Royals had the scoop and score. For East Lansing, they were down last week. They were struggling to move the football. It felt similar. The difference was they were down 1 score instead of 3 like they are right now. But, we watched this team could do last week. If the defense can find a way to make a stop, if the offense then can find a way to get points on the board, they could have a chance to get back into it with the great second-half team they are. But the problem is falling in a hole against a team that runs the ball, controls the clock, and has such a stingy defense like Muskegon.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a team that's shown they have the ability to make the turnaround and the comeback. But as you said, with each round that you go in, the caliber team that you're playing here against Muskegon makes it that much more difficult. Find yourselves in a pretty big hole. The offense has been completely shut out in the first half, and so they have have the weapons and the ability to turn things around, but going to be difficult in the second half. Got to get things going pretty quickly.
Yeah, and, for Muskegon, if they're able to eliminate the mistakes, again, you've got 2 fumbles, including one that went for a touchdown. This easily could be a 35-0 type game, maybe a 42-0 type game at the break if they eliminate their mistakes. So I think both coaching staffs are in the locker room looking at various mistakes and various things they want to clean up. We'll get to a lot more of that in just a moment. We're right back here on the Farmers Insurance Halftime Show here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim. We're right back here from Greenville.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINR.
NGN, Drive. I am Chandler T.
Oh, wow.
We're going to leave this in.
All right.
This is staying in the show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dreyer. This is what happens when you work together for 6 years. The names are one.
We're just one, yeah.
Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer. Michigan Game Night, Tailgate Report. We clearly have to stop talking. I do at least. I will see you all. I see you too. Friday night, Greenville, Wyoming. I think 6:30. We're on the air for that. Goodbye. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. And he has returned. He's still on the beach. We've been bugging him about it all week long, but Chandler Timmer joins me here on the Bates Agency pregame show. CT, you seem to be doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I know it's pretty nice down here. I kind of like covering basketball this way.
I'm sure you do.
Looking to this moving forward.
I can't blame you one bit. All right.
Rather than just always relying on one player.
Yeah, Scott Bates Agency pregame show continues here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. CT, I think the next thing that you have to mention most notably in this contest is break me every time still. Every single time that happens, it gets me. The winners still go to the Heartland student section last year at the Breslin Center. Those guys win every time. Season. And we'll wrap up our broadcast with the Heinz Orthodontics smile of the game. Grown at that point guard position. Tough backcourt in general. Getting to some of those other pieces that we have out there. After 3 years, it finally almost came down on me. Good catch. I don't know what kid caught that, but that was a good catch. But regardless, a tough backcourt. Your flight's at 5 or your?
Yeah, the flight out of Panama City is like at 5, and we don't get home till like midnight. So
that sucks. So you're actually, that was a lie. You're not going to be tuning in.
Yeah, no. If I'm at the airport at that time, I will be. But I'm likely missing most of it.
Okay. Welcome back here, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. It's Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Farmers Insurance halftime show rolling on, waiting for both teams still to come out of the locker room for the second half, 27-7 at the break. And, again, you look around the area, some really eye-popping and interesting scores and some games. Now, of course, pretty much everything West Michigan is on Michigan Sports Radio, so I'm sure everyone's been bouncing back and forth. Zeeland West just taking the lead in that game. South Christian in a real duel as well. Catholic Central in a battle. So some good contests all across West Michigan and beyond. De La Salle is leading Mott at halftime. So, likely right now it seems like we're setting up for that De La Salle versus Muskegon rematch week 2. De La Salle came to Hackley and controlled things against Muskegon, but all year long we've been kind of ringing the bell on it, banging the drum for it. If you tune into our Tailgate Report podcast we do weekly during the regular season, this was a Muskegon team that you and I kind of stayed on, so just relax. I think if anyone's concerned about where they're at, and this team is the ultimate version, a lot of seniors and a lot of good pieces they just have gotten week by week so much better every week, even their performance against Mona Shores, to their performance last week, to now their performance this week throughout the playoffs. They certainly have got a chance to get the ultimate revenge in the state championship game if they hang on to the second half. This has been a really impressive team in terms of the way Muskegon has built week by week. The same can be said for East Lansing, the way that they started 0-2, just like Muskegon did. But, the Big Reds with the edge right now in this one. Really impressive counteractive storyline between the two teams, and it's advantage Muskegon to even further that story right now.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, really the turnaround that both of these teams went through after difficult starts, and for the East Lansing side, a little bit due to injuries, is missing their star running back Clarizio early on, but able to the way that they finished the season on a really good run now and through the playoffs, and we'll see as this game plays out. But Muskegon, the same thing. A bit unusual for them in a slow start when you've got an experienced group like that. But
they played Rockford in the South, so that's part of it.
That's definitely part of it. But I mean, definitely it's guys that have been there and done that. When you're talking about guys that have already been there through this playoff run, made it to the state championship a year ago, and so you kind of trusted that they were going to figure things out, and it looks like they've done that. If they're able to hold on here, going to get the rematch potentially next week and try to correct what went wrong the first time.
And they probably had the best performance anyone's had this year against Rockford until last week, which, by the way, if you're curious, 35-14 Belleville over Davison. So I don't know what to say. I do not know what to say anymore about that Belleville team. That is working on a team that might be the best in the history of the state, and I think this year and next year's championship may just come down to if LSU or wherever he decides to go tells Bryce Underwood to go to IMG Academy. That might be the only thing that potentially stops Belleville from winning another state championship. Just truly an unbelievable thing through multiple coaches. I mean, they have a chance to win 3 championships with 3 different head coaches, as well during all of this, which, yeah. But all of that, kind of said, I mean, that's really impressive, and it's the web that all connects when you're trying to do some extended math in that regard. All right, 27-7 at the break, Muskegon over East Lansing. We're coming up in the second half. We'll be right back here on Game Night.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
There's something for everyone on Pizza Ranch's legendary buffet. Our pizza buffet features hot, cheesy goodness, slice after slice after slice. Try our signature pizzas or request your favorite combination with our Buffet Your Way option, and you'll get the first piece. With endless possibilities, you're sure to find your ranch favorites. Everyone will agree that cactus bread is the perfect dessert to end your meal. For legendary food that everyone loves, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Hey, football fans, West Michigan Plumbers, Fitters, and Service Trades, the local Union 174 is taking applications for apprenticeship from October 16th through October 27th. UA Local 174 apprentices earn great wages, excellent benefits, and paid training. Serving West Michigan since 1891. Find more information at ua174.org. That's ua174.org.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. You're wrapping up our Farmers Insurance Halftime Show, 27-7 at the break. Muskegon over East Lansing CT. Both teams wrapping up their warm-ups. Kind of take us through, primarily for East Lansing, I think Muskegon, we know, do the same thing, just don't put the ball on the ground. But for East Lansing, what are the keys for Coach Feraco's team if they're going to try to replicate their second half march of last week and find a way to win and move on.
Yeah, I think, it's going to start defensively as Muskegon can get the football to start the second half. They got to find a way to slow down Jakob Price and some of those inside runs and trying to bring him to the ground right away and not allowing him to extend some of those runs and break tackles. But offensively, it's been tough because they want to get the ground game established, and that's such a big part of what they do. They have to get some room on the ground to try to open up some of that play-action passing to get the offense rolling. I think when the run game's shut down and they're forced to just straight drop back and pass, the Big Reds have been very aggressive in being able to get into the backfield, make things difficult. So it's kind of counterintuitive, down 20 points here going into the second half, but I think they got to get the run game going a little bit that allowed the rest of their offense to open up and see if they can get back in this one.
The third quarter on Michigan Sports Radio is brought to you by Michigan Hearing Experts. They're doctors of audiology. Use real ear measurements to optimize your hearing aid performance so you don't miss a play. Also, keep in mind that Franca's is the official pizza sponsor of Michigan Sports Radio, along with Flo's Sports Bar, which is the official sports bar partner of Michigan Sports Radio, and Flo's Wood-Fired Pizzeria, which is your official wood-fired pizza sponsor of Michigan Sports Radio. If you mention Michigan Sports Radio, and if you mention Michigan Sports Radio during the game while you're making a takeout order, you can take 15% off at any of those locations: Franca's, Flo's Sports Bar, and Flo's Wood-Fired Pizzas. All right. Muskegon, their offense will get to roll on the field to start. And right before we get going, as we get things kicked off, the Family Fair Tailgate Special, remember again this week, is self-basting turkeys for 59 cents a pound. So for all the specials, including those self-basting turkeys for 59 cents a pound, go to shopfamilyfair.com. Thanks to Centennial Securities and Farmers Insurance. They're the presenting sponsors of Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. See them rotating above us all game long. East Lansing, the all-whites, in the style of Penn State. We'll get ready to send it away to the all-reds of Muskegon. Left to right here, across your radio dial or across your screen, it's Armstrong getting ready to send it away one more time. Muskegon has a trio of deep men back to the 20. They are anticipating the onside kick right here with a whole group of returners gathered around the 50-yard line. They'll break as East Lansing does the same right here. Ball on the tee at the 40. Armstrong with his left foot gets ready to send it away. 12 fresh minutes on the board. And Armstrong strides forward, puts a low tumbler that bounces over the 25-yard line and is leapt on by Marquise Hendricks and falling on just inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. So here we go, third quarter of play, 2 seconds off the clock. It'll be their own 23-yard line on the official mark from Mackay Guy. And this dynamic Muskegon offense, Chandler, who outside of the two fumbles were able to do pretty much whatever they wanted in that first half. And for East Lansing, this dynamic front line, it might be forcing fumbles and forcing turnovers. That's their best way to get stops defensively and also at the same time get the ball back in positive field position. Guy going to work out of the pistol. Slot back to either side. Hand in the dirt. Jakob Price is the back. Left to right across the line, they put Hendricks in motion. They give to Price, wrestling past one tackler, stumbles over the 25 and dives down to the 29-yard line for a gain of 5 or 6 on a good first down carry from Jake Price, who picks up right where he left off. He'll get the mark of the 28 officially and a second down and 5. Second and 5, Muskegon goes from the right hash mark, 4 wide, trips to the left side. Snap, fake give, option keeper, Guy jumping over the line of scrimmage, over the 30, wrestled down by McFadden to the 34. That'll move the chains by a yard. So Mackay Guy on the read option keeper, able to move it, and Muskegon keeps the drive going early. 11:20 and less to go, clock running down third quarter, 27-7 Big Reds.
Yeah, so tough to defend when Mackay Guy there run the read option look where he's got it in the chest of Price, looking like he's going to run the outside around the tackle, but then just quickly able to pull it and right with some speed through the middle of the defense. You really want to focus on Price so much with the first half that he had, but still have to respect the run game of Mackay Guy.
Hendricks goes in motion. They fake it to him. Up the middle goes Guy. He runs into 5 on the front line for East Lansing. Leading the tackle, Javon Thomas, as part of that front line down 5 lineman look. And Guy stuffs the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10 right back at the 34-yard line for the Big Reds. They are going to bring big Terrence Davis, the 6'7", 215-pound tight end, to come in off the right side of the line. 2 wide receivers. They go short pistol out of the I form. Guy leaning in and looking to the sideline. Mackay Guy on the left side of his helmet, he's missing most of the M on the Muskegon M logo. It almost looks like a 1 on the side of his helmet as he's been taking a lot of contact. I form, 4 down front coming. Give to Price, up the middle, burst to speed, shimmy over the 40, past the 45, into the secondary, and hauled down by Julius Goodwin from behind to the 48-yard line, a chain mover. Again, the speed of Price on a big hole in the first down, up to midfield for the Big Reds, 10-10 and less in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's just impressive the speed with which Price hits the hole. The defense is still trying to get off the ball, and before you know it, Price is running past him, going the other direction. The tackle and the edge both still barely engaged with the block, and before you know it, Price is shooting right between them, and they never get a hand on him.
East Lansing changes up their defensive front. Muskegon out of the same look. Pistol I formation. Low snap. Give to Price. Sidesteps a defender. Wrestled down over the 50. Down to the 48-yard line by Javon Thomas, the Big Eastern Michigan bound 6'5" defensive tackle. Good gain of 4 or 5. Officially 5 up to the 48-yard line on first down from Price, and Muskegon will work out of the same look here. They've been sticking to this I-form power-type offense. It's been their most effective kind of offense, and when you're trying to burn some time, it's also highly, highly effective. Guy out of the pistol I-form, 2 wide receivers, 4 on the front line coming defensively. Give to Price, stuffed at the line of scrimmage and ripped backwards by Justin Aujalari, the junior, able to make the stop. Algeri on the tackle. It'll be 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Big Reds to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Algeri just tremendous job getting off the block there and sees Price coming at him right away, wraps him up, finishes the tackle, doesn't let Price keep the feet moving and push him forward, brings him down right at the line.
3rd and 5, 47-yard line, 8:45 and less to go. Clock ticking in the third. Shotgun, 3 wide receivers set, tailback to the left hip of Guy. It's fake to Price. Guy over left guard from behind. Al-Jalari makes the contact and drops him to the 45-yard line. A couple of good ranging tackles by big number 69, the junior. It is 4th down and short. It'll be about 4th and 3 on the mark to the 45-yard line. But there's a late penalty, and it sounds like an illegal formation called against the Big Reds, and this play is going to be negated.
Yeah, penalty thrown from the far side line judge there. Is that one going to be before the snap, it looks like, so going to back him up, but still going to remain 3rd down here. The Big Red's going to get another chance.
8:34 to go. It'll be a 3rd down and 10 now for Muskegon, as they'll be backed up to their own side of the field, the 48-yard line. Just to the left hash along the jacket, the Greenville jacket logo at center field here from Legacy Field. 3rd and 10 for Muskegon. 8.5 minutes to go, third quarter. They lead by 20. They go to work on 3rd and 10. 4 wide set, short gun for Guy. Left to right puts Marquise Hendricks in motion. They fake it to him. Guy stepping up to throw, firing deep. Right side looking for Piggee. Jump ball caught inside the 25, tumbling down to the 21-yard line. The deep shot to Piggee and a 1st down for the Big Reds.
Yeah, it does look like another penalty marker down on the field, thrown again by the near sideline judge. Potentially a holding call as the Trojans trying to bring some pressure into the backfield and get to Mackay Guy.
False start in illegal formation and movement again on Muskegon. So again, the Big Reds, a pre-snap penalty takes away that big throw down the field. Mackay Guy running back to the sideline to his coaching staff, and he's incensed. He cannot believe that call against the Big Reds, but it'll now make it 3rd and 15 for the Big Reds, and they back up to their own 43-yard line. So Muskegon shoots themselves in the foot on back-to-back what would have been chain-moving or near-chain-moving plays, and they'll have to go to work. They'll go to work with a wing off the right side of the line, the tight end, Terrence Davis. Receiver Taylor to the near side left, and Brooks to the far side right. Out of the pistol, it's Guy. Fullback Price, I-form back is Piggee. They run the triple option. Guy, evading the first wave of tacklers, turns it back up and walks right into a trio of white uniforms as he lowered his helmet into Dontavius Royals back to the 44-yard line. A pair of penalty markers out after the play. There was some jawing back and forth between Carl Brooks and Julius Goodwin. Let's wait to see what this penalty is. There's a couple of them. It was after the play. It might be against Julius Goodwin. He's getting a talking to from some of his fellow East Lansing players at the end of that play.
Yeah, the reaction from the Trojans defense makes it seem like this is going to be a free first down for the Big Reds. As you mentioned, they're giving a talking to Goodwin is to just not a smart play there after the play. You've got their defense an opportunity to get off the field.
It is on the Trojans after the play. Big mistake there from Julius Goodwin. And along with that penalty, it's a free first down. So Muskegon, they shoot themselves in the foot a couple of times, and then East Lansing does so, then some and even more, as the Big Reds now move it up to the opponent 39-yard line. 1st and 10 for Muskegon, 7:41 to go in the third quarter, and a 20-point lead for the Big Reds. They go 3 wide receivers with 2 to the right side of the field from the left hash mark. 5 on the front line with 3 down linemen coming for East Lansing. Give up the middle to Price, nowhere to go. Wrestled down by Julius Goodwin, the senior, right away. It's a gain of 1 falling forward for Price. 2nd and 9 from the 42-yard line.
Yeah, the good news for the East Lansing defense is they're giving up less of the chunk runs that they were in the first half. The bad news is it's taking up a lot of time. The Big Reds still on their first offensive possession, eating up a lot of time right now.
The check would be 2nd and 9 from the 38-yard line, the official mark. Back to the I-form pistol. Give to Price up the middle, bursting through the line of scrimmage with a sidestep move over the 30, and Goodwin wrestles him down to the 28-yard line. A chain mover from Jake Price again for the Big Reds. 6:55 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Price just continues to move the chains for the Big Reds. Another 10-yard run right there. 245 yards.
Wow.
Continuing to add to his total.
Unbelievable performance from Price. He'll be the fullback here out of the pistol I form. Snap to Guy. Give is faked. Triple option pitch to Piggee. Winds up on the dirt as Guy was hit from both directions as he pitched it. Piggee able to fall on the football for a loss of 4 or 5 yards into the backfield as Isaiah Sams lays him out. Nearly another Big Red turnover.
Yeah, and that's the one thing the Muskegon offense can't do, and I'm sure Coach Fairfield there holding his breath as that ball is on the ground, is right now you're running your offense, the clock is winding, you just cannot turn the football over. You've been able to find the end zone any other time, but it's been the turnovers that have given the Trojans their score and a little bit of life. Almost another one right there.
2nd and 15 here for the Big Reds, up to the 33-yard line. 6:10 to go. They go to the pistol. Single back with a hand in the dirt is Price. Piggee goes in motion. Give to Price over left guard, and he gets twisted and tumbled end over end down by Isaiah Sams to the 25-yard line as they get it past the original line of scrimmage and then some for a 2nd down and 8 right here to the 26-yard line. Tough hit taken right here. And that's this linebacking core for East Lansing. Certainly they get their licks in when they're able to get a hit on you. We've seen that all game long. Muskegon loads it up. Twin tight ends. I-form, single wide receiver. On 3rd and 8. Give up the middle to Price. He shifts it over the 20, down to the 15-yard line, and will move the chains into a tackling pile. Led by the backtracking Jay Carnegie. So a first down churning run again, this time out of that power I-form look as we go inside. 5:20 to go. An absolutely perfect drive from Muskegon, the way they've taken time off the clock. I will say, Jake Price back to the sideline and a little injured right here. So he's getting looked at very quickly with something with one of his arms. They bring Rankin in his place in the backfield. They stick with a twin tight end look. 2 wide receivers, 1 out wide to either side. 1st and 10 for Muskegon, up to the 15-yard line. 4:58 and less to go. Clock ticking down inside 5 minutes in the third quarter. East Lansing defense crowds in. Give to Rankin over right guard. Shut down at the line of scrimmage. He somehow is able to shake free of Royals, angle left, and dive ahead to the 10-yard line where Noah Lopez is able to corral the play. But a hard run from Rankin. He was shut down, but finds a way to get 5 yards or so out of it. It will officially be a mark to the 11 and a 2nd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to be wrapped up right at the line, and just another big running back for this Big Reds team that just fights through tackles, falls forward, and turns that into a 4 or 5 yard gain, which is a pretty big difference when you're looking to stay on schedule with this run game.
Muskegon just working on taking all of the third quarter clock off in this game and icing things away. They lead 27-7. We tick inside, 4:10 to go. 2nd and 6 from the 11 from the pistol. give to Rankin, stuffed at the line of scrimmage, turns his head past a couple of defenders, angles up the middle of the field, lowers the head, through Lopez, into the end zone, touchdown, Muskegon, 33-7. What a run by Adrian Rankin, a couple of hard-charging runs, and the second one winds up in the end zone.
Yeah, Rankin coming in to spell Price for a couple plays here and taking advantage of it. 2 really tough runs, finding the end zone there, extending the Big Reds lead. First score of the second half, but almost as important, taking nearly 8 minutes off the clock and doing so.
4:01 on the clock. And Ramos Velasquez to add the extra point for the Big Reds. Price to hold, right leg through the football. The kick is good, but whistles are down because East Lansing came in offsides. And as they do, it looks like Mackay Guy and company are running on the field, and they're going to try to go for 2 now. They will. That's the call in from Coach Fairfield on the sideline. So Muskegon, after the offside call, is going to try to go for 2 as the ball moves even that much closer to the goal line.
Yeah, right away, Coach Fairfield signaling that he's going to send his offense out there, try to capitalize off that extra yard that they've got closer to the goal line now, try to make this a full 28-point game.
Still looking for Jakob Price on the sideline. He will stay on the sideline as it'll again be Rankin in his place. Single receiver out wide to the right is Piggee. They load in with tight ends to either side of the line. Snap to Guy, right up the middle. Guy on the keeper, standing up and spinning into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good, and it's back to an even score for the Big Reds. 35-7, a 4-score lead for Muskegon with just a little over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. We will be right back here from Greenville and Legacy Field. All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you here. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio. 4:01 to go. The Big Reds have struck again. It's a 35-7 ball game. Ramos Velasquez right to left. Will put the right leg swinging through the football and put a low twister that bounces down at the 30, outside the numbers to the 20. Be gathered across the field as far as the 23-yard line on the return from Keenan Shropshire. He's dropped there, and here comes East Lansing's offense. Well, Chandler, we talked about how critical it was for East Lansing offensively. They needed to find a way to get a stop and to try to keep it a couple-score game, or keep it a 3-score game, get it down to a couple-score game. They don't do that. They now trail by 4 scores, and the offense is going to have to work a lot quicker than they wanted. Plus, they surrendered almost all of the third quarter clock.
Yeah, really a tough drive for the defense there as you give up the score and a bunch of time, and now the offense in that much more of a difficult spot. They really sure want to get the run game going, but the situation, you almost have to go as quick as you can here. Time of the essence and need to get points quickly.
Fletcher low snap, dropping a pass from the gun. Pressure coming, tucks it down, and down he goes. Quincy Johnson, the leveling hit. Chris Jones hit him first. It's a loss of 2. It's a sack for the Big Red defense.
Big Reds all night long, or all day long. I'm going to say that again. It feels like...
Who's going to win that battle between saying all night, you or me?
I don't know. It's close right now. But so far, the Big Reds, just a lot of pressure. But that's the first sack of the day here so far. Able to get there. Fletcher's been forced to move around the pocket quite a bit. Tried to step up through at that time, but the pocket collapses, and the Big Reds able to get the sack.
3:20 and less to go. 2nd and 12 here for East Lansing. Back to their own 21-yard line. 35-7. Is the Big Red advantage, and East Lansing trying to find something. They've got a lot of motion out of the backfield right here. They go 3 wide receivers right, and Coach Feraco is forced to call a timeout. They were almost trying to confuse Muskegon with the way they came out of that huddle. I think they confused themselves, couldn't get things set in time, and the clock will be stopped with 3:05 to go. in the third quarter. 35-7, the Big Red advantage. Will stay with you through this timeout. Of course, again, thank you to Farmers Insurance, Centennial Securities, presenting sponsors at Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Check both of them out for financial services and insurance needs. So that's like half of what you really need. So plenty of things from our two great, long time presenting sponsors here at Michigan Game Night. And Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. All right, Muskegon's offense. Right now, the main X factor is Jakob Price and his health and what happened at the end of that last drive, because he's been so incredible. But you couldn't have asked for a more perfect drive to kill that much clock, to get 8 points at the end of it as well. Muskegon's done exactly what they need and are in prime position to return to Ford Field.
Yeah, they sure are. I think, what makes them so special is you've seen some of the big playability, some of the strikes and the long runs down the field that have allowed them to score this many points, but then they're coming into the third quarter knowing that they need to eat up some clock offensively, taking up a bunch of time, but still staying on schedule, moving the chains, getting themselves in the end zone. And now just need to close this out.
4 wide set from the gun. Low snap to Fletcher on 2nd and 12. Pressure coming from Rankin. Trying to race away from the 10-yard line. Rankin gets there, rips him down at the 10-yard line. Back-to-back sacks for the Muskegon defense, who are teeing off on the pass rush. It's 3rd down and very, very long as Fletcher is dropped again, this time by the hard-charging Rankin. Touchdown on one end, sack on the other from the junior.
Yeah, back-to-back now sacks, and it's been a lot of hard work for the Big Reds defensive line all game long. They've been in the backfield, but now getting rewarded for it. That time even further after a loss of 2 on the sack the first time. That one going to back up even further, and it's been the problem the Trojans have had so far here today, is that on true passing downs, when the Big Reds know that it's going to be a pass, they've been able to get pressure. They're really at all spots along the defensive line.
Inside 2:15 to go in the third quarter. 3rd and 21 from their own 12-yard line. 3 wide set, low snap to Fletcher. Dropped a pass nearly into his own end zone. Pressure coming, runs forward, throws it. Caught 15-yard line by Clarizio. He's wrapped up by Keon Drummer right away. It'll be 4th down at about 15 or so still for East Lansing here. Inside 2 minutes to go. And we will see the punt unit come on for Coach Feraco. And the Trojans one more time as Armstrong will be punting from in his own end zone, just about right here.
Yeah, the sacks on 1st and 2nd and down, just way behind the chains. And any situation where this is a 4th down and manageable, of course you're going for it down 28 points, but just so far backed up that just would not make sense to even try to go for it. So, of course, going to have to punt the football away and give it back to Muskegon.
Taylor, Piggee, dual returners at the plus 45-yard line. High snap at the goal line, settled down by Armstrong. Left leg through the football. High tumbler taken by Piggee, but he falls. The ball goes through his hands. It's picked up by Lopez. He'll race it over the 45, goes out of bounds to the 40, and it should be East Lansing football right here. Piggee kind of lost the ball up in the sun, up in the wind. He goes down to the ground. The ball goes down to the ground with him. And East Lansing has got possession, it would appear. The officials are talking about things a little bit. The only question was maybe him trying to signal fair catch and if he was hit at the end of his attempt to grab that football. I think that's what the discussion is going to be here.
Yeah, one of the officials kind of marking the football is that it would be Muskegon football. Yes. But no flag on the play for potential fair catch interference either. And there it looks like, yeah, now they're going to drop the flag, it looks like, for a fair catch interference.
So they're going to wave it off, and it's going to be East Lansing football. So here comes the Muskegon defense now onto the field, and East Lansing's offense catches a big break. 3rd fumble, muffed punt here, but 3rd fumble of the game for Muskegon. If there's one thing, and it's an easy thing to beat the drum on, but if there's one thing that this Big Reds team's going to have to clean up in the state championship game, it's going to be that element of the offense because, again, likely De La Salle, not a team that you're going to be able to make that amount of mistakes against and be able to hang with their high-flying offense for Coach Roan.
Yeah, they've put the football on the ground a couple times now here today and been able to survive it to this point. But that's something that's just that the Big Reds really pride themselves on, is taking care of the football on the ground game. And instead now 2 turnovers on offense, 1 in special teams.
1:13 to go, and it's a 1st and 10. The mark for East Lansing is going to be back at their own 45-yard line right here, though. So the mark will be at their own 45. 4 wide set. Fletcher dropped a pass. Pressure coming. Steps up. Throwing deep down the field. Wyndham's all alone. He's got it caught at the 15. Races into the end zone. But a penalty marker is down behind the play. I think they're going to get a hold on the guard Cabrera, the senior, who's having a word with the official at the end of that play. The second long shot touchdown to Wyndham that it looks like is going to be taken off the board with some laundry on the field.
Yeah, Wyndham wide open down the field, and Fletcher had some time to deliver the football for one of the few times, but looks like that was due to the hold on that right side from Cabrera. As the Big Reds again, even though unable to get in the backfield, forcing that hold again and taking a touchdown off the board.
That is exactly the call. Holding is going to take that one off the board and back up East Lansing's offense again. So the what-ifs continue for the Trojan side as well, offensively, with a couple of long shot touchdowns for a hold and then a push-off that are both taken off the board. 1:04 to go. It'll be 1st and 20 here for East Lansing from their own 35-yard line. They work out of a 4-wide set from the gun. 3 to the right side, low snap to Fletcher, throwing quickly on the out route at the 40-yard line, over the head of Baker and through his hands. Baker last week, 3 receptions for 89 yards, couple of touchdowns. He's been held completely quiet by Lennox Brooks and company in this Muskegon secondary.
Yeah, Baker just 1 catch for 12 yards, and just the timing there once again, off a short out route. He's just going to run 5 yards and then break that to the outside, and the throw slightly behind him, but Baker, as he turns around to the football already in the air and right between his hands, wouldn't have had a ton of room, but that's just a play that kind of jump starts your drive a little bit, try to pick up some yardage on the quick throw, and instead it's an incompletion.
Even 60 seconds to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 20 from their own 35-yard line. Tight 3 wide receiver set right here alongside the line on either end for the Trojans. Snap to Fletcher, throwing, looking for the curling Clarizio at the 40-yard line. It was kind of oddly thrown and nearly picked off by Wallace Oaks, his second look at an INT in the ball game. Unable to hang on to that awkwardly thrown football. It's 3rd and 20 at the 35-yard line. 56 seconds to go. Things kind of deteriorating more so into the second half for East Lansing, the opposite of last week's second half march back for Coach Feraco's team.
Yeah, it's been a struggle to get things going, but Wallace Oaks for the Muskegon defense has been really impressive in coverage. The ground he's covered there, saw Clarizio out of the backfield and able to keep up with him from the middle of the field, quickly run out there, had another chance at interception. I'm sure he's going to be kicking himself, wishing he'd got his hands on either one of those, but still the ground he covered to get there, pretty impressive.
3 wide set from the gun at their own 35-yard line. Low snap to Fletcher. Drop to pass. Pressure coming. Dumps it off. High grab through a big hit is secured by Kapilovic. A penalty marker down in the backfield. There may have been a late hit thrown at Fletcher at the end of that play. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a roughing the passer call on Fletcher. So another late penalty marker. We've seen him flying against both teams throughout this ballgame and especially throughout this second half.
Yeah, Fletcher's been under duress all game long, and he's taken the hits, especially early on in the game. There took another one, but that one a few too many steps after the throw is the defender coming in and laying the hit. That one going to give the Trojans a first down after they were backed up quite a ways on 3rd and very long.
Yeah, huge mistake. It was 3rd and 20, and they were going to be well short of the first down marker, but that'll surrender things right here. This front line from Muskegon, Cunningham, the big, lanky edge rusher. We've seen what he does on the basketball court. Chris Jones, 240. Quincy Johnson, 200 pounds plus. And Nakai Wynn, who's got some serious interest at the D1 level, 245 pounds. Just so big across the front line. And a linebacking core that's all 220, 215 as well for Muskegon. It's been that sort of muscle that's been after them all game. So the ball will go into plus territory here for East Lansing up to the 46-yard line of Muskegon. 1st and 10 with 40 seconds and less to go. Clock running down in the third quarter. 2 wide receiver look, and the right slot is kind of extended tight end is Baker. Dropping to pass is Fletcher. Has some time. Throws over the middle. High grab made by Fortman right around the line to gain as he is ripped down at the chains, and that'll be a first down mover right there. Rankin on the tackle. First down up to the 36-yard line. 26 seconds and less to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Fletcher throwing that one. They had 2 receivers crossing there, kind of going right across the middle of the field. Really not great spacing, but able to throw it to the spot where he was able to go up and catch that one in the middle of the field.
Trojans got to work quickly. Inside 10 seconds to go from the Muskegon 36-yard line. They go pistol, 2 wide receivers. Back is Clarizio with 2 seconds. Motioning across is Armstrong. They're not going to get the play off. I don't know if they intended to try to get it off or just to draw Muskegon offside, but they are unable to run the play. We've reached the end of the third. 35-7 Muskegon after 3. We'll be right back to wrap this one up and punch a ticket to the state championship.
Have you recently collided with a deer or been caught in an unfortunate accident? Don't worry, Car Center Collision and Glass is your trusted partner to bring your vehicle back to life. With convenient branches in Cedar Springs, Burton Heights, Alpine, and Big Rapids, we're right around the corner to provide expert assistance. From collision repairs to mechanical fixes, we're your one-stop solution for all your car needs. Check us out at carcentermi.com.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timothy here. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio. It's the MGN Road to Detroit. It's the final stop on the MGN Road to Detroit here in Greenville this afternoon. 35-7 the D2 state semifinal. Muskegon has been really just all over East Lansing start to finish in this ball game. 3 fumbles for Muskegon, really the only blemish for Coach Fairfield's team. Otherwise, they've been near perfect. And East Lansing will start the fourth quarter down 4 scores, and they'll start with a 1st and 10 up to the Muskegon 36-yard line. This is pretty much the best this offense has been able to drive the ball all game. From under center, Fletcher turns, fake handoff to Clarizio, clutching, firing deep, looking for the end zone, and Baker, penalty markers down because Baker at the 5-yard line got tangled up by a couple of defenders, primarily Dakarion Taylor, and that's going to draw a defensive pass interference call.
Yeah, the one deep route, the post route with Baker going down the field looked like a triple coverage, and Fletcher just giving him a chance and threw him open, tried to throw him open over the middle and deep into the end zone. Baker trying to fight down the field to get towards the football and ran into Taylor in the process.
Taylor had his arms up at the end of the play. Didn't necessarily love the call as it was kind of incidental and tangling in his mind, but it will move the chains for East Lansing, who have used penalties on a couple of occasions to move the ball down the field on this drive. They go up to the 21-yard line, 5 seconds off the clock in the 4th and final quarter. Fletcher works from the gun. Clarizio, the junior, to his right hip, 2 wide receiver look. East Lansing Muskegon showing some pressure. Snap to Fletcher, throwing left corner, jump ball, interception. Dakarion Taylor running up the near side and knocked out of bounds to the 25-yard line. Taylor's second INT of the ball game, and he high-pointed that football for pick number 2, and Muskegon takes over with 11:46 to go.
Well, they tried to go right back to another shot with Baker. This one down the sideline, just trying to throw a jump ball up to him. Double covered that time. Taylor able to make a play on the football, jumps the route, and able to get in front of it and secure another interception.
Taylor last week had 8 tackles, 3 deflections, and now a couple of INTs in this ball game. 11:46 to go. The Muskegon defense continues to do it all. Muskegon defense is pitching a shutout on their behalf, at least. It was a fumble scoop and score that put up the lone points for East Lansing's offense. So the Big Reds start from the 25-yard line. 4 wide set for Mackay Guy. He'll work out of the gun. Jakob Price is the tailback to his right hip. Destin Piggee is the slot to the right. Marquise Hendricks is the slot to the left right here. East Lansing bring a 2 down front with 3 standing edge rushers, and they bring the pressure. Snap to Guy, dropping to pass, in the pocket, looking. Pressure coming from Shropshire. He'll duck it and he'll run over the 30-yard line, and up the near side, Mackay Guy will duck out of bounds to the 33-34-yard line. Muskegon may be looking to take a shot right there down the field offensive. I don't know if there's something, and kind of there's that personal foul call a little bit ago as well. I don't exactly know what it is, but something seems to have kind of irritated this Muskegon coaching staff because they're kind of going back into overdrive a little bit right here, looking to throw, going to the 2-point conversion earlier. They seem a little agitated. It looks like they're trying to put some extra points on the board. They'll work out of the pistol. 2nd and 2 from the 33-yard line. Piggee goes in motion. They give it to Price over left guard, and he'll dive ahead to the 36-yard line. That will move the chains. Tackle from behind from Dontavius Royals, and a 1st and 10 up to the 35-36-yard line here for the Big Reds.
And Muskegon offense just looking for a repeat of their first drive to open up the second half where they ate up a bunch of time, able to move the football down the field. Good start on first and second down there, getting a couple rushes, picking up 10 yards just over, converting on the first down and trying to eat up more of this clock.
1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. 4 wide set, short shotgun. Right to left in motion goes Piggee. He'll get it. Piggee strafing by a defender at the 40, jumping over his own man who was down on the turf. Brant Brooks at the 45-yard line. He caught Brooks' helmet with his knee, and he'll fall down to the 49-yard line. Piggee had some room to go. He tried to hurdle his own man, but give Brooks the tackle on the offensive side of the ball, but it will move the chains for the Big Reds to the 46-yard line.
Would have been interesting to see where Piggee would have gone if he didn't get brought down there, as he was in the open field, would have had one-on-one, but instead brought down by his own man.
4 wide set out of the pistol, and they work out of the pistol here. Jakob Price will put his right hand in the dirt. Now they look back to the sideline. Defense shifting all around and showing some pressure. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. They go back, short shotgun. Hendricks goes in motion left to right. They fake it to him. Guy up the middle, read option keeper, burst of speed over the 40, down to the 35-yard line, and Jess gets his legs taken out by B.J. Wyndham inside the 35-yard line. That's where the mark will be made. First down, Muskegon. A quick run up the middle from Mackay Guy.
And nearly 20 yards from Mackay Guy. Faking the end around and the handoff to the wide receiver, and instead keeps it quick through the middle of the line. Another big gain on the ground.
1st and 10 from the plus 35-yard line. 4 wide set from the gun. Guy looking at the sideline off the hard count. 2 down linemen, 2 standing edge rushers right here for East Lansing with 10:14 and less to go in the 4th and final quarter. Guy puts Hendricks in motion left to right, low snap, fake to him, penalty markers raining down, and it looks like there will be a false start coming Muskegon's way. That's exactly the call. It'll turn into 1st and 15 back to the 40-yard line here for the Big Reds. Sloppy second half. Plenty of laundry been on the field all half long, and not just the 5-yard pre-snap violations, but personal fouls and pass interference calls, and pretty much almost every flag that could be thrown has been thrown in the second half.
Yeah, really both sides, too. Both have had issues.
1st and 15. Hendricks crossed the line in motion. Fake handoff. Keeper Guy up the middle. Met at the 38-yard line. Put the ball on the turf. East Lansing saying they have the football. They do. 4th fumble of the game from Muskegon. This time Mackay Guy puts it on the floor. I think Shropshire may be the one that picked it up. Guy a little slow back to his feet as well at the end of the play, but it's East Lansing football.
Yeah, Guy a little shaken up as he was trying to keep the football there and run. Brought down and again losing control of the football. Big Reds once again putting the ball on the ground, and it's been the one thing that has kept East Lansing alive, giving them some hope at times throughout this game. Well, they're once again trying to run the clock out and eat some time and add on to their lead, instead putting the ball on the ground and giving this East Lansing offense one more chance.
I think it's either Guy's hand or wrist that he was holding on his way off the field. So Fletcher and company going back to work at their own 36-yard line. Low snap to the junior. Dropped a pass, pressure coming, throws over the middle. Leaping interception made at the 49-yard line by Dakarion Taylor. There's penalty markers down everywhere. We'll have to get it sorted out, but it's INT number 3 for Taylor, and Muskegon takes the football back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a face mask after Taylor secured the interception. The receiver right there trying to bring him down, grabbed the face mask, so I think going to give the Big Reds some even better field position here, but immediately the East Lansing offense trying to capitalize off the fumble, turn the football right back over. Muskegon gets another interception.
It is the face mask call coming up at the end. Again, everyone that had a flag threw a flag the second that face mask was made. How about Dakarion Taylor, CT? A pick six, and then 2 more interceptions in the second half on top of it. He's been unbelievable and getting himself right just at the right time of year.
Yeah, he's been everywhere. And the times that the Trojans have tried to attack down the field, Taylor's been all over it in coverage, no matter who the target's been or where. He's found a way to find the football.
Mackay Guy is back out there for the start of the new drive. Muskegon will go to work from the East Lansing 32-yard line out of the pistol I form right here. 9:26 on the clock in a 35-7 lead for the Big Reds. New call in from the sideline. They stick out of the pistol. And out of the I form, give to the fullback Price, sidesteps a defender at the 30 and spins his way down to the 25-yard line. Al-Jari on the tackle, and a gain of about 7 on first down from the spinning and churning Jake Price. Muskegon working quickly right here, 2nd and 3, 25-yard line. Guy getting his receiving unit set. Out of this I form, fake clap, trying to go to the hard count. Now Guy looking back to the sideline. 2nd and 3, 8:53 and less to go in the ball game. 4-score lead for the Big Reds. Out of the I form from the pistol. Snap to Guy. Quick turn and a give to Piggee. He's wrestled down over the 25. Able to push the pile down. He'll be 1 yard short of the first down. However, so 3rd and 1 coming up here for the Big Reds from the 23-yard line.
Yeah, Piggee wrapped up from the edges that time as Royals able to get around on that right side, wrap up Piggee from behind and bring him down for a short gain.
Guy from the I-form pistol one more time. One wide receiver out wide to either side. Tight end off the line. Give to Price up the middle. Angling right to head to the 15-yard line, and a potentially touchdown. Saving tackle is made in the open field right there. 8:13 and less to go, and a first down for the Big Reds. Tackle went to Jeff Bridges, the junior defensive back, and safety. Under 8 minutes to go in the final frame. 35-7 Big Reds. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. 3 wide set from the short gun. Delayed give to Price. Cutting it up at the 15. Diving down to the 10. And he's got himself a good gain of 6 or 7 on first down before Bridges again makes the stop for the Trojans. 7:45 and less to go in the ballgame.
Yeah, Price still a chance to eclipse 300 yards. He's got 285, so unless there's some penalty yardage that backs him up, won't get it on this drive, but still some time left in this game, and he's been featured now over 23 carries, it looks like, for Price so far as he's really stepped up.
Bit of confusion looking back to the sideline for Muskegon. They get the unit set. 3 wide with 2 to the left. 7:15 to go. Short shotgun. Guy straddles in, right foot in front of the left. Give to Price. Stopped in the backfield. Hesitates, tries to burst forward, and gets tripped up and falls down to the 10-yard line. I think it was Dontavius Royals that just got a piece of his foot to trip him up down to the 10-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4 from the 10 here for the Big Reds as we go inside 7 minutes in the final frame. Guy looking back to the sideline, getting the call and getting things settled in right here. Offensively, they'll go to work. 3rd and 4 from the 10-yard line. Back to the pistol I form. Give to Price up the middle, lowers the head through Royals, pushes the pile down to the 11, to the 12 maybe, and I think they're actually going to mark him about a half yard short of the first down. It will be the 12-yard line on the mark right here, and it will be 4th down and 1 for the Big Reds, who will keep the offense out there with 6:12 and less to go. They'll try to go for it on 4th and 1 from the 7.
Yeah, look like the Big Reds maybe going to take a time out here and talk this one over. Expect them to go for it. Going to talk things over and come up with a play call here first.
All right, we are waiting to see if they will take this timeout right here. Mackay Guy with some confusion, talking to Coach Fairfield right now and getting things set. They're not going to have enough time to get this play off as we're under 5 seconds on the play clock. We'll tick under 5:42 to go. They want to take all the time they can. They now take the timeout. 5:41 to go in the ballgame. 35-7 Big Reds. Be right back.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets. Better, because it has to be.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timberworthy here. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio. 5:41 to go. 4th and 1 for Muskegon up to the 7-yard line. They lead East Lansing 35-7. They're going to go for it right here as Mackay Guy will walk his way on out and get the offense set. He'll straddle into that short pistol. They go I form behind, fullback Price, pistol deep back is Destin Piggee. Tight end Davis off the left side of the line. Snap to Guy, give to Price, angling right, bursting through the hole, backing his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Muskegon. 4 touchdowns for Jake Price. 5:35 to go. It's 41-7 Big Reds.
Yeah, 4th and 1 at the 7-yard line. There's very little doubt as to who's going to be getting that football with the type of day that he's had so far. Price gets it once again, easily picks up the first down in the yard that they needed. Gets more than that, gets in the end zone, adds another touchdown to his total.
Our Grandville Rainbow Grill player of the game is pretty much settled in most regards, I think, right now. Now, I guess Dakarion Taylor defensively also could certainly have a stake at things, and maybe it'll be a co-player of the game. Who knows? You have to find out and stick with us into our Centennial Securities postgame show. It'll be Taylor, not Price, to hold this time. 5.5 to go. High snap, settle down. Right leg through the football. This is a low tumbler that just has enough to clear the crossbar. It is good for Ramos Velasquez. It is 42-7 Big Reds, and we will be right back again.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grshof.com.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer. Chandler Timmer, 42-7 with 5:35 to go. 4 touchdowns for Jake Price. Just all Muskegon all day long for sure in this one, Chandler.
Yeah, I expected potentially the East Lansing team to try to come up with a second-half game plan like they had last week to turn things around, but the Big Reds have just been too much. They've dominated the second half here as well. Got themselves a big lead.
Only non-Muskegon offensive touchdown came from Rankin, who was filling in and kind of the power back role along with Price. This is a twisting poocher down inside the 20-yard line. It went past Lopez, and he'll run back and fall on it to the 9-yard line. So just an error-filled second half for Muskegon, and Lopez came up jawing at the end of that play with Keyshawn Drummer. They have to be separated from each other. As we've seen the intensity, despite the score down the stretch, there's been a little bit more trash talk. There's a penalty marker, by the way, on the field.
Of course there was.
So it's 15-yard penalty. It's on East Lansing, so it's going to be half the distance to the goal on East Lansing, and that's going to place the Trojans inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. Wait, no. I think the officials have to talk about what this penalty actually is and where the ball's going to get placed right here. It looks like it is on East Lansing, and the ball will be placed to the 4-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 4-yard line here for the Trojans as they go to work with 3 wide receivers out of the pistol right here. Kapilovic, the wing off the right side, tailback is Clarizio. He gets on the delayed handoff, breaking outside the numbers to the 10 and gives a shoulder to Lennox Brooks on his way out of bounds to the 13-yard line. So good carry. The mark will be the 13-yard line, and good run on first down right there from Clarizio to make it 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, longest run of the night for Clarizio. 8 yards. He'd had 6 a couple times, but for the most part just has not been able to get any of those big plays down the field that he's been known for once he's been healthy here and down the playoff stretch.
Of course, that junior, along with Ben Fletcher in the backfield, the fellow junior quarterback, all will be back next year. Muskegon showing pressure on 2nd and 2. Fletcher to throw. Out route, caught at the 15, 16-yard line by Fortman. He's got the first down and gets blown up at the end of the play by DeCario Speech, but that'll move the chains, and they'll move the chains to the 20-yard line on the forward progress right here. 1st and 10, up to the 20 for East Lansing. 4:34 to go, and a 42-7 ball game. Trojans break it out. All white traveling uniforms for them here this afternoon at Greenville. Out of the pistol here for Ben Fletcher. 2 wide receiver. Low snap. Give to Clarizio. Kind of bobbled the football in the backfield. There was pressure in his face, and he's slung down by Stanley Cunningham and met hard in the hole for a loss of 4 yards back to the 16-yard line on first down. It'll be 2nd and 14.
Yeah, the Trojans just trying to figure out something offensively, even though this one now out of reach. Just trying to get something positive, try to get a drive down the field after starting backed up well near the goal line on this drive, but another run on first down going for negative yardage, setting them behind the chains.
We tick inside, 3:45 to go. 2nd and 14 from the 16-yard line as Fletcher breaks him out. They'll go 4 wide with trips left. Tailback is Duarte Sams off his left hip. Low snap to Fletcher. Pressure coming, dumps in the flat, caught by Sams at the 15-yard line, and he'll angle out of bounds to as far as about the 17 right there and get about a yard or so back on that play for 3rd down. 3:20 and less to go. Clock is running. We have a running clock here in the 4th quarter of this game, which is certainly not something that we fully expected coming in this afternoon.
Yeah, not at all. And Fletcher there, even on a short throw, immediately flushed out of the pocket, tried to go to the left side, slinging out the flat and Sams and a short gain.
3rd and 12 from their own 18-yard line here for the Trojans. Fletcher gets the call in from Coach Feraco and will run out with the call. He wears 12 in the traveling white uniform. 2:53 and less to go. East Lansing down 42-7, just trying to find one last offensive burst. Clarizio remains on the sideline. 3 wide receivers right, single man Waters to the left. Pressure coming, dumped in the flat, caught by Sams at the 16-yard line. Runs over the 20, lowers his head to the 22-yard line into a tackling trio, and down he goes there. It'll be 4th down, and we've got jawing on both sides. We've got fighting on both sides. We've got penalty markers down. We've got the East Lansing sideline joining the fracas. We've got more penalty markers down, and this just turned a little bit ugly at the end of the play as the coaching staff's now able to wrestle the 2 sides away from each other. But there was a group of East Lansing players there, Chandler, that joined that situation from the sideline, and I can't imagine that's going to be well looked at by the officiating crew.
No, I think things have been building here for a little bit as we've gone into the 4th quarter, and the Big Reds have extended their lead. Of course, East Lansing disappointed with the way the day has gone so far, and then after that completion, Sam's getting up and having some words with some of the defenders for the Big Reds, and the Big Reds giving it right back, and both of the teams kind of huddling together over there. You know, who knows what's being said as those 2 teams are meeting up, and the officials trying to, and the coaching staffs too, both trying to get in there and separate things, but still a tough way for this one to end.
Yeah, 2.5 to go. Deshaun Wallace Oaks is in the middle of it for Muskegon, along with a couple other guys, including Chris Jones, who are getting lit up by Shane Fairfield right now on the Muskegon sideline. You don't win the amount of championships Muskegon does without they play with an edge, but they also play with an amazing amount of poise typically in these sort of moments down the stretch. So both of these teams involved in this situation, all the officials with every penalty flag that exists in this stadium around them. Let's see what's going on. Looks like we have offsetting called. An extra one then called on East Lansing in terms of personal fouls. So I think they threw offsetting penalties first. Couldn't hear it through the mic, through some of the wind right now at the stadium. And then there's an extra personal foul tacked on at the end to East Lansing. I'd assume both teams came up. There were a couple of swings taken from either side. And then that East Lansing sideline joined in, and I think that that was a big part of what happened at the end of that. However, when all is said and done, it's actually going to be, I think they may have actually motioned opposite, because it's actually going to be advantage East Lansing by the end of that. So an extra penalty actually will be given to Muskegon, because it'll be a first down over the 45 to the 46-yard line for East Lansing.
Yeah, I believe the extra personal foul tacked on to the Muskegon side, so some yardage going to be going to the Trojans after that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. 3 wide set, low snap to Fletcher. Throws right side, caught by Fortman, and he's blown up after he grabs it over the 50 down to the 49-yard line by Keon Drummer. A big hit forcing him out of bounds right now, and intensity picking up inside 2 minutes. The running clock staying on as East Lansing's up to the 49-yard line here. And Muskegon is going to call a timeout at the end of that play. 1:57 to go. It's just been a sloppy second half. First, all the penalties and that long Muskegon drive in particular that started things in the second half, and now the way things have ended with a little bit of jawing, a little bit of shoving, a little bit maybe some swings thrown in there as well. And I think just that is part of what Coach Fairfield calls his timeout for, because he wants to settle things down. You know, his corner Drummer takes a kind of late shot out of bounds on the receiver. We don't need any more penalties. We don't need anyone taking a major penalty and being suspended potentially in the next game as well. So all of that kind of out there at the end of this ball game is there's definitely been an intensity that's ramped up to the end of this game, despite the score saying the opposite.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, both these teams on either side, you can see the joy from the Muskegon side, and you've got a big lead. You're going to the state championship game, and they're playing fired up out there. And of course, there's the tendency to go a little too far in some of those hits and flying around. But on the East Lansing side as well, you're down big here, and after a tremendous season, you're frustrated with the way the day has gone, but you don't want to ruin what's been a great season and go out on a bad note. So both these teams just trying to settle in and finish out these last 2 minutes here.
From the pistol, low snap to Fletcher, clutches, throws over the middle, leaping interception made by Rankin, the 4th pick of the game from the Big Reds, who return it into opponent territory, over the 35, down the sideline with blockers, trying to keep his balance inside the 15. He just loses his balance down to the 11-yard line. There's a penalty marker down in the secondary. Let's see if this is coming back. It looks like it's a hold. The question is, was it before the pick or after the pick?
Yeah, I believe this is going to be after the pick. Muskegon is going to hold on to the football, I'm assuming, and this is going to be on the return after the interception.
It will be after the pick on the return, so Muskegon will take the football back over with 1:44 to go. Another interception thrown. Ben Fletcher 4 touchdowns last week, 4 interceptions this week. As everyone talks about the huge front line, the great linebacking core. Well, that pick was from Rankin, so still from the linebacking core. But everyone talks about those units when they talk about Muskegon up front. This secondary is darn good, and they certainly showed it today.
Yeah, they sure did. They got challenged at times, and the Trojans, being down big, had to take some shots down the field, and the Big Reds secondary made them pay for it, making some plays on the football down the field, staying tight in coverage, and being very opportunistic on some of the wild throws and getting their hands on the football.
Muskegon will start throwing 39. What's Jake Price at right now, yardage-wise?
He's at 296.
296. So I would not be surprised if we see Coach Fairfield decide to maybe give it to him. 1:44 to go in the game. Muskegon starts up 42-7 at their own 39-yard line right here. They go tight end off the left side of the line, and they work from the pistol eye form. They give to Jake Price, angling over the 45-yard line, backs his way down with a hard hit from Terranova to the 48. And that should be enough. And that is a 300-yard game from Jake Price. He gets congratulations from his teammate. He immediately comes to the sideline. I think that's exactly what they were doing right there, Chandler.
Yeah, it sure looks like it. Able to pay off on that first down run, picks up 9 yards, gets himself over 300. Going to check out of the game to a round of applause from the Big Reds faithful.
Unbelievable. Maurice Boyd comes into his place, and Muskegon will get ready to drop to a knee with Mackay Guy for the first time. The Big Reds going back to the state championship game where they're looking for a little bit of revenge after they fell last year in the title game to Dante Moore and Detroit King. There's the first knee, 42-7. Going to be your final. Second half that was really just marked by Muskegon controlling the clock, some mistakes and sloppiness for both teams, but the Big Reds were certainly able to execute well. They completely won the battle up front all game long, Chandler, and because of that, they're going to be on their way to Ford Field.
Yeah, the trenches offensively and defensively along the offensive line, opening up some holes for their run game to really dominate. Once again, put up some tremendous yardage. Of course, Price leading the way, but really anyone that touched the football, and then on the defensive line, getting some pressure in the backfield, holding the ground game for the Trojans to under 40 yards.
All right, that'll do it Zeros will get ready to roll across the scoreboard. The handshake lines will begin. 42-7. Muskegon is going back to the state championship game. It'll be that winner of the De La Salle Mott game, which De La Salle was winning earlier. And if it is De La Salle, that is one heck of a rematch coming up for the Big Reds with everything on the line. Coach Fairfield going back to Ford Field to this team. Kind of first thoughts, wrap it up, CT.
Yeah, I think just a really impressive performance from the Big Reds, of course. They're going to work on some of the ball security and the fumbles that if they're going to win a state championship next week, they're going to need to clean that up. But outside of that, pretty much did everything else you could expect them to do. The ground game that they've leaned on so heavily was dominant once again. Didn't really have to go to the air. Defense, just turnovers all over the place. The secondary especially getting some interceptions. So, of course, some things that they'll want to work on with the fumbles. But outside of that, just played so well here today to dominate the game.
Yeah, a lot more to get to here on the Centennial Securities post-game show. Do not go anywhere. 42-7, Muskegon over East Lansing. The Big Reds are big show bound. They'll be on their way to Ford Field next week. Don't go anywhere. Right back here on Game Night.
The 76 Diner and Truck Stop would like to invite you and your families to come and check out their diner. With locations in both Byron Center and Coopersville, they're a great place to stop before or after the game. They have a wide variety of menu choices to feed all the kids. They serve breakfast hot all day, and they're able to accommodate all of your large group needs. Their full menu is available for takeout orders, and they have online ordering at 76truckstopdiner.com.
Revolution Rehab offers a personalized approach to physical therapy and health. Dr. Tyler started a private pay practice, allowing him to provide a level of care that you deserve. His goal is to recognize the root cause of the problem and restore the body's natural function. He uses physical therapy as a tool to inspire others to live a healthy and meaningful life. With 2 locations in Rockford and Grand Rapids, he can help you get back into the game. Check him out at therevolutionrehab.com.
Let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller. 167 horsepower. Candy red. 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going. And going. And going and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here. Welcome inside the booth at Greenville's Legacy Field and our Centennial Securities post-game show. 42-7 dominant performance from Muskegon. Let's kind of quickly look at the second half scoring. There's not much to talk about. 27-7 at the break. Rankin had an 11-yard score, and Price had a 7-yard score. Rankin in the third quarter, Price in the fourth quarter. Rankin, of course, 3 interceptions throughout their Rankin, the late interception, 3 interceptions for Taylor, 3 interceptions coming in the second half for Muskegon. A big part of what we saw as well. Chandler, some stats from this one, including at least one really eye-popping line.
Yeah. We'll start for the Trojans. Fletcher.
The non-eye-popping line one.
Yeah, right. We'll start with Fletcher. For the Trojans, he had 92 passing yards. Got sacked a couple times for negative 11 yards on the ground. Clarizio held in check for all game long. 13 carries, 37 yards. The receiving stats, Pavlovich led the way with 44. Clarizio had a couple catches for 7 yards. Baker with 12. Waters 2 yards. Forkman 21. Sams with 6 receiving yards on the Muskegon side. Again, they did not complete a pass throughout the course of the game, but on the ground, Mackay Guy, 81 rushing yards. Piggee with 22, Rankin with a couple carries for 15 yards, and then I'll just go ahead and say your player of the game right here, and 27 carries, 305 yards, and a handful of touchdowns to go. A tremendous game for Price. But.
Absolutely unbelievable, Jake Price, and like you said, he certainly will likely be part of at least one of the awards that we have to hand out in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Game Night and the Centennial Securities post-game show. We'll wrap things up with some awards and start to preview a little bit of what's coming forward. Just one game left in each division after today across the state of Michigan, and it is the Thanksgiving Classic over Saturday and Sunday this year at Ford Field. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Game Night.
You identify your number one personal trait, the thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FIN.
Hey everyone, Nate Dreyer from MGN, and MGN merch now available for purchase, and we have got a ton of options. Here's where you find the new MGN shop. Go to MichiganGameNight.com. Many of you have probably been there before. Click on the shop merch tab. Many of you have probably been to the MGN page on Michigan Sports Radio. Click on the Buy MGN merch tab. It'll take you here. We've partnered with Teespring, neat company that allows for us to have a lot of different shirt designs. They'll print them, they'll make them, they'll ship them out to you. So a neat way that allows us to have a lot of offerings. We've got a ton of really cool t-shirts, hats, snapback, dad hats, beanie hats, water bottles, more t-shirts, more sweatshirts, just a ton of options. Really, just a ton of options that you're going to be able to look through and find exactly what you may want. We've done what we can, like I said, with Teespring to try to stack this thing. We'll have plenty more options that we'll put up on social media, but make sure you check it out. All right, welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. Let's wrap it up here on our Centennial Securities post-game show. 42-7 Muskegon dominantly on their way back to the state championship. They return. They're looking for a little bit of revenge and looking to add on to what is already the most storied history in the history of Michigan high school football. Let's start with our Farmers Insurance play of the game. A lot of options to go to. Let's go to Dakarion Taylor, the pick six for Muskegon. The Big Reds and Jake Price had a lot of highlight reel runs. The problem with Jake Price is all those highlight reel runs went to like the 3-yard line. He didn't score on them. But Taylor, the pick six, was the moment that made it a 2-score game right away. It was the moment of the game, and it also was a heck of a play in the play of the game.
Yeah, it sure was. It kind of sent the message that secondary was ready to play here today. It was their first of multiple interceptions that they'd have, and able to jump the route there, turn that into a touchdown, and be the second score for the Big Reds there. Ended up being enough right there to match what the Trojans were going to put up.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to our Centennial Securities winning game plan, or best play call of the game. Remember that Centennial Securities offers the investments and advice for your best financial game plan. Yeah, a lot of ways to go with this, but you know, sometimes there's an individual play that stands out, an individual call. We've had that throughout the year with this award, but I think today was a little bit of just a general game plan from Coach Fairfield. They knew their advantage up front. They really didn't throw the football. They didn't even really attempt to throw the football throughout the course of this game. They knew to pound the football. They knew to just give it to number 4 over and over again. Even sometimes shying a little bit away from some of their normal option attack and just kind of making sure they found power gives to Price. It was really just Muskegon knew their advantage in terms of power on both ends of the football field, and they kind of rode that throughout the game. They got guys in the backfield defensively, and they just ran the ball constantly and safely offensively.
Yeah, it's been what this offense has been really for years now, and Coach Fairfield knows it in and out, knows exactly what he wants, and he's got playmakers in Guy, Price, and Piggee, and he knows that those three guys right there, if you mix it up, that's going to get you pretty far. It's going to get you all the way to the state championship game, in fact, and so really didn't try to mix things up too much, didn't get too crazy with it, knew who he could trust, and he rode that to another win.
And again, going back, I can think week 1, week 2 on our Tailgate Report podcast that you can find replays of on the MI Game Night YouTube page. We were kind of the leaders of it. They were 0-2. Things weren't looking pretty for Muskegon back-to-back wins, and we kind of led the crusade of just saying, like, hang on. This team's really good. There's a lot of 3rd, 4th-year type returning starters and seniors and juniors on this team that are really, really good. You know they're going to get it right. Week by week, they got better, and like you said, they're going to Ford Field again, which is pretty much Hackley East at this point in time for the Big Reds. Rainbow Grill in Greenville is open from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Saturday. You can get half a sandwich and a side for $9.09 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily, and it's Wet Burrito Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and they present our player of the game. Honorable mention to Dakarion Taylor. 3 interceptions, 1 for a pick six. Adrian Rankin had a touchdown and an interception as well. But Jake Price, 310 nearly yards, 4 touchdowns, the absolute leader of the attack. He's a 2-time, will be probably 3-time All-State running back, and he had the best performance of his game to help lead his team his senior year back to the state championship game.
Yeah, tough break for Taylor. I think any other game, and he's
Yeah,
got
right.
that in the bag. He's got player of the game, no doubt. 3 picks and a pick 6 to go along with it. That easily would win. But on a game like today where Price just an all-time performance right there, 300-plus yards of touchdowns, that's going to be one that gets talked about for a long time, I think, in the history books for sure. And, of course, when it's on a state semifinal stage like that, it just adds to it.
Lastly, our Car Center hit of the game. We actually go to East Lansing for this, and it was the hit that jarred the ball free from Destin Piggee, wound up in the hands of Dontavius Royals, and the big guy was able to rumble to the end zone. So the hit of the game led to the lone score of the game for East Lansing.
Mm-hmm. It was one of the things that the Trojans were able to do. Were able to knock the football free a couple times. That was one of the bright spots for them, and able to get that scoop and score after the hit laid there and forcing Piggee to cough the football up, and then opportunistic to jump on it and bring it all the way back to the end zone.
Again, make sure you follow us across social media at MI Game Night on Twitter, X, Instagram, Facebook, as well as like and subscribe on our YouTube page, where many of you may have been able to tune in this afternoon along with Michigan Sports Radio, because find out just exactly what we're doing next week. It's state finals week, and we've got a couple potentially interesting plans in terms of games, or even multiple games possibly that we could have on tap to cover next week at Ford Field. It's the best week of the year, quite frankly, for us, and it's always so exciting to get to be a part of it, and looking forward to it. And congratulations to Muskegon, because they're part of it again, as they seem to always be. A dominant performance for Coach Fairfield's team, 42-7. For Chandler Timmer, everyone at Michigan Sports Radio and Michigan Game Night, I am Nate Dreyer signing off. Again, tune in on social media, see exactly what's up next, because we will see you next time right back here on Game Night. Congrats to the Big Reds. They're Ford Field bound again. See y'all next time.